What's up, guys?
What's up?
Young Bucks, Old Goats, 140. What's up, guys? I got the bum here. I got Tank here. Welcome to the world's most underground podcast. And we are going to talk about a little football. We're going to make some picks. We're going to review our picks from last week. Talk about Thursday night football. First time on Amazon. Some people had some streaming issues. So want to talk about that. The game itself. Ryan Fitzpatrick, former Dolphin, who is on that not the announced team. He's like sideline, halftime, or post game. Yeah.
Studio.
Yeah. Talk about him. He made the rounds in the media, and he had some pretty interesting things to say about certain people. Why don't we just start with that? We'll start with Ryan Fitzpatrick making the rounds, which I didn't even know he was going to be part of Sunday Night Football. You're the one who told me about it, bum, and then I listened to some of his pit stops. Did you get a chance to hear any of the podcast or shows he was on during the week?
Some, but I had read that article I had sent you about, the title was that Brady disrespected him or never really respected him. And, he immediately, I always kind of liked the bearded bomber, as I like to call him.
Even pre-Dolphin?
A little bit, yeah, because he seemed to be always like that adventurous guy slinging it across. Certainly he was always interesting on the fantasy side, right? But he just seemed to always have the Captain Courageous kind of attitude of just throwing the ball around, and his teammates seemed to really always like him. So I thought there was something there, right? But he shot up my charts when I read that article that I sent you about, him disliking Brady and how Brady's really an asshole and all of those things. So that was really good.
Yeah, he's a super interesting guy because he's a Harvard graduate, career journeyman, 9 teams, always was hired as a backup. Somehow the starter always got hurt. He ended up going in, winning a few games. Eventually he'd fall out of favor. Next team, and sort of the cycle would keep repeating itself. He had some pretty damn good years with the Jets. I think he's their all-time. I sent you guys a little note earlier.
I saw that.
I think he's the all-time leading single season touchdown pass leader for the Jets. Not that they've had, the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, but, they've had a few here and there who you thought might have had more than him, but he has apparently more touchdowns than any of those guys. I also was surprised to hear him kind of, I want to say he ripped into Brady, but he kind of, he threw some shade. And then I was surprised.
I'd say he ripped into him.
He did. He kind of did.
Yeah.
But you don't usually hear that from a guy that works for the NFL.
No, and I think that also speaks to his honesty that most guys are really protective of not saying anything bad about Brady, whether they may think it or not. He didn't care much. He didn't worry about that.
No. He said that the guy, we've said this before with other teams. We've seen him do it. When he loses, he doesn't like to shake hands.
Yes.
When he wins, he'll be the first one to shake hands. So he told the story that, when he finally beat him in Buffalo, guy ran away, like we've seen him do so many times, nowhere to be found. When he wins, he's usually there making sure all the cameras get him, shaking hands. And then he mentioned one game he threw a bunch of picks and how he enjoyed every single one of them, and that he kind of thinks he's still the motherfucker that he was talking about, which I think it's pretty clear David Carr was, but
Derek.
What did I say?
David.
Oh, that's his brother who was.
Yeah, I do the same thing with those guys.
Yeah, it's called getting senile and old. But David is the only other Carr that's worse than Derek Carr as a quarterback. So people say Derek Carr's climbing up the the rankings. I don't know if he is or if he isn't.
The Fitz also highlighted how much he enjoyed when he beat Brady as a Dolphin because it was actually significant. Kind of screwed up their home field advantage.
Just to get their home field advantage, yes.
Yeah.
I believe that was Brady's last
Patriot game.
Home Patriot game. Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I remember that. I thought that was huge that, in some way we could somehow, affect them
over.
Yeah.
That was the one where I think maybe Tua might have gotten injured or they pulled him out and then he threw like a Hail Mary and he was getting face masked.
That was a Raider. That was the Raiders game.
Oh, that was the Raiders. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which was good too.
That was a good
hilarious.
game,
Yeah, I think they brought him in for like one play, and the one play he's getting his face mask ripped off. He always seemed to have moments like that throughout his career, and then he'd have a 5-pick game, too. He would do that too. That was the thing about him. He was very interesting guy.
It seems like his career follows sort of like the fact that he was smart enough. He graduated, like you said, from Harvard. He was smart enough to understand the mental part, cerebral part of football.
Mm-hmm.
So he was really good at that. But he obviously didn't have all the physical tools to play at a high level. And that's where the 5-pick games would come, right?
But, Tank, can you look up his numbers? I think if you look at his complete body of work, his numbers they're not Hall of Fame, but they're pretty damn good.
I bet you. Well, they're definitely better than Joe Namath, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, Fitzpatrick didn't throw more interceptions than touchdowns.
What do you guys want to know?
Like his career yardage, I think he's probably like 35,000, maybe around 200 touchdowns, maybe 150.
Yeah, he's 34,990, almost 3,500. Yeah,
35,000.
35,000. Sorry, yeah. Touchdown. Yeah. He's at 223.
That's pretty decent, dude. He wasn't always a starter.
Is 4.4. Yeah.
How many picks did he throw?
Interceptions.
Are you on Football Reference?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen? Let's take a look at it. I want to see.
He has 169 picks.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot, but he's got way more touchdowns than picks. In the bottom of footballreference.com, they'll show you like some guys that he's comparable with. I'm curious to see who.
God damn it.
A lot of fucking ads popping up.
Compare right here.
Yeah, I think if you scroll like kind of towards the bottom more.
Well, I hate to say it, but isn't he close to like Joe Montana?
Well, I don't know about that.
Right here.
Yeah,
if he threw 35,000 yards, he is.
Doug Flutie.
These are the players that he's most closely similar to.
Yeah. What's the number? Oh, the year number. So right here.
Yeah, I can't read any of these things. My eyesight's.
Archie Manning, Jim Plunkett, Joe Ferguson.
Okay.
Chris Chandler, Brad Johnson, Billy Kilmer, Jim Harbaugh, Kerry Collins.
Chris Chandler is a very good comparison for him, right, Bum?
Yeah.
Charlie Johnson and John Kitna.
Kitna, probably another one, yeah.
But you see, they're comparing him to other backups, though, aren't they?
Well, Chandler was a starter, but missed time due to injury.
And I guess Kerry Collins was a starter, too.
Yes. I mean, the thing that's kind of special about this guy is he was almost never really like the starter. He just ended up being the starter.
Dude, and I'm telling you, if he has 35,000 yards, I think Joe Montana had like 40.
I guess we could look that up. Imagine how many yards he would have had if he would have just started throughout his whole career, dude.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah. They had him talk about
Joe Montana has 40, yeah.
40,000, dude.
Yeah, different eras, but yeah, kind of, right?
139. I think Fitzpatrick had 169.
I separate those quarterback eras with the Rams 99 season. I consider that like a start of a new era. More pass, happy league, and before 99, I consider that like maybe from like late 70s to late 90s, more of a run, and there wasn't that many guys, doing what Marino and Fouts were doing. They were like the exception. Would you say?
Uh, yeah, I don't think that breakup. I think the '90s it started to change. I mean, like those cowboy teams threw the ball. They also ran
Mm,
it.
no, Aikman didn't throw that much, dude.
I guess they were more balanced at
That they
that
were.
time. I think probably '80s was more running than '90s. Early '90s a little bit more balanced, and then by
Aikman
'99,
has 32,000 yards.
look at that.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that's why when I heard 35,000 for Fitz,
It's
It's kind of
actually
it's kind of shocking, actually.
yes,
He played 15 years, but I don't know how many games he played in those 15 years. I know a lot of he spent a lot of time on the bench.
hell
Um,
yeah.
he spent a lot of time on the bench here. And he said the one that hurt him the most was getting benched here because he was doing so good and the team was doing so well, and then they brought in the little guy.
Fitzpatrick has more touchdowns than Aikman.
Yeah, for sure. He probably has more everything.
Guys, what's this like looking at a 98-yard touchdown?
What do you mean? What's it like?
Like, is it awesome?
Oh yeah, and he threw one.
Yeah, that's his long.
Yeah, there's been a couple 99-yard runs. That's like the best thing that could possibly happen out of the worst possible scenario. You have the ball where you're about to get a safety, and then all of a sudden you have a touchdown.
Well, this guy Watson from the Chiefs did a 99-yard pick six.
Yep.
Yes, that is the opposite. That's like you're about to get something good, and then the absolute worst possible thing happens. I like those when they happen to Tom Brady. So he talked about Tua, and he said he really tried to be nice about it. He said when comparing him to Herbert, that the size, is not really going to match up ever. He said, man, he said, to be a top 10 quarterback, you have to be elite at something.
At something. Yes.
Yeah. You have to have something that nobody else has.
Right. Did you hear what he thought Tua had more than anybody?
I'm trying to find my notes. Was it the accuracy?
Yeah. Yeah.
The short game?
Definitely has that. He said the accuracy.
I hear that a lot about him.
But that goes hand in hand with short passes, right?
All right, here I got it here. I believe, gentlemen, if you want to hear it. So, what is it about him? People say he's a winner. Tyreek Hill says he's the most accurate I've ever seen. When I first saw Tua, what pops out for me, because it's hard for a young quarterback to come in and do this, anticipation and accuracy. Those are the things he has to be elite at. I think he's very, very good at very accurate and can anticipate. The problem is you sometimes have to create. He's not going to be able to scramble. He'll be able to scramble and get out of trouble and get you 5 yards, but he's not going to be able to scramble around, escape the pocket, and make the big plays down the field. So he has to take what he has that can become elite. That's accuracy. And as he gets older, that's decision making. He has to be the best in the NFL at it because he's limited in some of those other ways. He's kind of saying you're a bum. That's what he's kind of saying.
What up, 90? Hey,
oh my God, look who's here, dude. Just in time, bro.
Don't say that,
What
bro.
up?
We got 90 in the chat, bro. Don't
I
say
know,
that.
dude. Let's talk about something else, dude. I don't want to get a hex on me, dude. He said Tua had great anticipation. Actually, yeah, that's part of what he said, but you heard the rest that he said.
That he's lacking.
Yeah, dude. And then I guess somewhere Peyton was on some show or something, and
Was that Fitzpatrick that just said all that you just read?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, and I guess Peyton, Super Bowl coach who was on his way to the Dolphins, told Colin Cowherd on Wednesday that he sees 8 teams that will replace underachieving quarterbacks this season. And at some point, we'll see Tua benched in Miami. He said, I think at some point, and they played well Sunday with Tua, but Teddy Bridgewater, I've had before. He's an outstanding player. There's a belief void around Tua. That's the only way to say it. And it's not in a column or an ESPN First Take. It was inside the Dolphins when owner Stephen Ross tried to replace him with Deshaun Watson and a 45-year-old Tom Brady. So that's kind of how some of these guys feel. Are they hating on him? Are they being honest? What up, Remo?
What's up?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, certainly some of the things he's saying about Tua is true, and some will say a little bit sour grapes, right? Because as you said, that was the move that hurt him the most, being benched for Tua, right?
Absolutely, yeah. He also, how many guys are there like Allen and Herbert? None. But when I hear Tua none, people like even talk about like Mahomes and Allen and Herbert in comparison. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Who would you rather have? That's it. Of course you would rather have those other guys. So why even make those comparisons? Those guys are. We did get kind of spoiled with some of those guys that are coming into the league that are like, I don't know if they throw around that generational term too much, but like it just seems like, you wouldn't get a Mahomes that often. You wouldn't get an Allen that often. You wouldn't get a Herbert that often. And just seems to be like a lot of those kind of guys coming around. Yes, it's not all about arm strength. That's for sure, 90. I agree.
Yeah. But I think one thing he said that's kind of true, though, and I see it so much in Tua, is I don't think he can create much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he could just do things on his own, like some of these other guys that are able to bring everybody up to the next level, make them better, or just make a play out of nothing. I don't see that in him.
Edwin.
What up, Edwin?
We were talking about yesterday's game last night when we were watching that dude, Mahomes and Herbert were throwing to bums last night.
Yep.
And they were making fucking plays, dude. Tua has the weapons this year.
Yes.
When I see like a guy like Mahomes play, Herbert last night, Allen, who else? Trying to talk about the younger guys.
Burrow?
Even Lamar Jackson to some extent. I just don't see Tua able to do a lot of those things that those guys can do,
Right.
So in a way, I think Fitzpatrick was very honest by that answer. The things that he could get good at, he needs to be the best at, because it is true. Like Mahomes, what does he have? He has that ability to extend the play.
That
and a lot of times
out of the pocket,
and it's for a fucking long ass touchdown. A lot of the times, you know. And then who was he throwing to? Like he wasn't throwing to Tyreek Hill and stuff. He was throwing to
whoever
regular
he was
guys.
throwing to.
Yeah.
The
other thing, he also went on the Dan Lebitard show. Did you guys hear about that one at all?
No.
That one didn't go as well. they started asking him about a rumor in Washington last year because he played in Washington last year and he got hurt in his only game, and then that was kind of it for the rest of the season for him and his career. Stugatz came on and said, "Is there any truth to the rumor that you were injured in a slide at a water park, and that really your injury was a re-injury? Because I don't think you should be going out on a slide, just before the season." And he said, "Granted, this is a rumor from a radio caller." And then he got fucking pissed, bro. And I'm assuming he got pissed because maybe that could void his. He got paid already, but maybe it looked real bad. That in his contract he's not supposed to be doing things of that nature, and he did. So either it was total bullshit, or maybe there was some truth to it, and it really fucking pissed him off. Who knows? But
that's interesting. I had never heard that.
Yeah, look it up later. Fitzpatrick on Lebitard. They kind of like abruptly ended the interview on that, which was weird because he's usually a pretty easygoing kind of guy.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the picks here if I can, and we're gonna do something. We'll try to do something maybe fun. When we do the matchups, we're gonna make our picks, which were terrible except for Tank. We're not too good, anyways. He was 8-7 last week, and we were fucking 5-10. Me and you, bum. And then we all started off 0-1 yesterday. We got last night's game wrong by 1 point. Chiefs won by 3. The line was 4. But what we want to do when we pick the games, we're going to look at the quarterback and we're going to say, are the quarterbacks cool, or are they dicks? Or are they indifferent? So if Fitzpatrick was going against Brady, Fitzpatrick seems like a cool guy. Some people will say Tom Brady seems great. Most people are going to say he's the fucking devil, whatever. We're just going to say if we think that they're, if you want to hang out with them, let's put it that way.
I'm going to grab some ice. You missed.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to pull up I'll try to pull up the lines here. So what was your, we didn't talk about the last night Amazon game too much. What was your kind of feeling on the whole telecast, the game, etc. Bum? What did you think?
The studio people looked very unpolished, I thought. I mean, a lot of those people are doing it for the first time. Fitzpatrick, Richard Sherman. I think the only real season one was the girl, Carissa Thompson, is it?
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, the girl, the lady. I forgot even who the other person was.
Richard Sherman was part of the halftime.
Right, Richard Sherman, Fitz, the girl, and then there was somebody else.
Tony Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
He's been around a little bit.
Yeah, he's been around. So, the other two are kind of rookies. So I thought that's going to take some time to get better. What did you think of the combination of Al Michaels and Herb Street?
Those are two guys I really respect. Together, I thought it was good, man. I thought it was fine. I didn't. I really like both those guys. So
yeah, I didn't think it was bad. I just felt like Herb Street felt just like he was calling or doing color on a college game. He just kind of tells the story. I thought he was fine. If I closed my eyes, I would have thought it was a college game. But then again, that's his voice. So,
yeah, definitely you think college. Remo, I got to agree with you. It was like a fucking parade of Amazon products on the commercials. It was like, come on, throw in, it was the football chicks. I don't know what they were even fucking advertising with Dak Prescott, who, it's probably how he injured his thumb, turning that table over.
The housewives.
Yeah. All right, Tank, you can watch the chat. I'm gonna share the screen hopefully here, and we can go into the picks, and then you guys could tell me if you think these quarterbacks are cool, dicks, dorks, indifferent.
Ducks.
Yeah, Ducks. That would be Tua, what he throws. Sorry, Chad. All right, am I showing the spreads here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's first, dude.
How convenient.
So, and I'm assuming this is at New Orleans, and this is the Bucks are favored by 2.5 at New Orleans. Famously, they have struggled against them, right, in the regular season.
You mean the Bucks has?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
I'm taking the Saints on that.
Wow, look at you. You never pick against Brady. I'm taking the Saints too, bro. Bum.
He's going with
What's
Brady.
What's the line? 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, you guys could pick in the chat if you want.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints. I mean, the recent history with the Bucks and the Saints has really favored the Saints. The Saints are at home, so
Revenge game also for Winston.
yes.
All right. Now, what do you guys think about these two quarterbacks? You think these guys are cool guys? These guys are dicks? Guys are hard to play with?
We know what we think of Brady.
No, we don't. So go ahead and tell us.
No, I'm going to start with Winston.
All right.
But you can't really see me with that Remo comment there.
I can't see any comments. I'm looking at the screen. So you're gonna have to fill me in.
No, I'm saying you have Remo's comment over my face.
Oh, my bad. Let me go back over there. I was trying to protect the audience from looking at you, but I guess I'll remove it. My bad. There you go.
Winston has to be like one of the lamer quarterbacks in the league, right? Like that whole speech, his little W. That's a W.
Yep. He's kind of a dork.
Yeah, he is a little dorkish.
I don't think he's a bad guy. In college, he did some pretty stupid stuff.
Right. Didn't he get busted for stealing crabs or something?
Yeah, and then there was some sexual allegations and stuff. But, other than kind of being a dork and, doing some kind of silly stuff, I think he's kind of strained out that part of his life at least. And, dude, to throw 30 picks and 30 touchdowns, that's pretty amazing, dude. We may never see that again.
He's a meathead from Publix.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's what Remo said.
Is this a cool guy? Would you want to hang out with him, or do you think he's?
I gotta tell you, one guy here is the Antichrist, and then the other guy, I think I'm indifferent to him. I for a quarterback, he's not very polarizing. He's really nothing. I don't think he doesn't move the needle either way. At least not for me.
He doesn't add much.
He certainly did in college. He was very polarizing.
Yes. Yeah. What was he picked at?
I believe the whole debate was him and Mariota, right?
Was it?
And now they're
playing.
I think
so.
Yeah, I think weren't they 1-2? Am I wrong about that?
Maybe.
And that was the whole debate. And Tom Brady, we all know he's the Antichrist, so we don't really need to go any further than that. I don't know, Tank, how about you? What's your feelings on Tom?
I don't know, man. I'm a recent
You're a recent
fan, so
fucking
he's okay.
He's okay?
Yeah. No, he's a fucking cheater, bro, and fuck.
All right, we can do the rest of the show. We don't need that guy here anymore.
The state-sponsored media is under control.
He was the number 1 pick.
Jameis?
Yeah.
Wow. And number 2 was Mariota, I take it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then Dante Fowler was 3rd.
They really fouled up those 2 picks.
Yeah.
I bet they would like to have him back. All right, so, right into it right here. The Dolphins are at the Ravens. Ravens are favored by 3.5. We fucked up the Ravens last time we played them, dude. We threw some defenses at Lamar that he was not comfortable with. Maybe not a lot of people were throwing at him, and he didn't know what to do. I don't know what will happen now, but they are favored by 3.5. The Ravens are at home. You guys want to take this game?
I'll take the Ravens.
I'm torn on this one. I always pick the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I want the Dolphins to win.
Torn on this one.
I got Lamar Jackson in fantasy.
That should have no bearing on your decision here.
I'm going against the Ravens defense in fantasy. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I said they were winning 12 this year. This is one of them.
I'll take the Dolphins. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think it'll be a close game. All right, so what do you guys think about these quarterbacks, Tua and Lamar Jackson? Cool guys, assholes, nightmares to deal with. What do you think?
I think that's one of the qualities that I think Tua has. He doesn't seem to be a dick. I mean, you can laugh at the way he throws short passes,
I like to do that.
Brittle bone, whatever you want to say. But one thing's clear. He seems like a good guy. And I haven't heard anybody say anything. It seems like the guys respect the fact that he's not a diva, and he seems to be like a genuine guy.
I'll jump the gun a little bit here. I think both these guys are probably look like really cool teammates and generally good people overall.
I was going to say, yeah, both of them.
Kind of guys. You see Lamar Jackson doing a lot of stuff in the off season and with kids and stuff and stuff. I haven't seen a lot of that from Tua, but he seems like a nice guy too. You never really hear any bad stuff about either of those guys off the field.
I was gonna say, maybe Lamar is more fun to hang around with.
Probably.
Tua has the whole religion thing behind him. So, but definitely, I think both of them are pretty good guys.
I don't know why, but Tua for me kind of reminds me in a certain way of. What is he? He's Polynesian. What is Tua?
Samoan?
Samoan. Sorry. He's kind of the Samoan version of Tim Tebow in certain things to me.
As in short, left-handed, and religious?
As far as religious, good guy, nobody really ever has anything bad to say other than their football skill.
Not that
so you're
great.
saying they both won championships in college. They're both left-handed. They're both kind of undersized, and they're both going to be failures in the NFL.
You could add the failure part at the end. I can't tell the future, but so far you would be right.
You know what? I think Tebow didn't get a fair shot, dude, with all the Tebow mania and shit. He didn't he win a playoff game, and then they traded him to the Jets, and then the Jets of all people tried to use him as a weapon or some shit, and didn't really. Yes. It was just weird, bro.
I could see that happening to Tua.
What kind of weapon would he be, dude?
I'm in the sense of not being given a fair shake, right?
A butter knife?
Yes.
All right, let's go to our next games here.
Before you go to the next game, I did hear one interesting thing about Lamar Jackson and, people saying that this is sort of an audition game for him from the sense of one of the teams that may become a suitor for him, especially if Tua burns out, are the Miami Dolphins.
And let's be honest, that's inevitable, right?
Right. Also, the Dolphins burned him pretty bad last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's in this contract year where he's representing himself. So a lot of people feel that this is like a big stage for Lamar to do something, extraordinary because, the eyes of the world are on him. Contract year. The Dolphins kind of screwed him last year with the defense, and the Dolphins could be a potential place where he lands.
Yeah, and guys have a funny way of balling out that year that they're playing for their contract, dude. They seem to have the career year always when that contract is coming up. You get paid, pump the brakes a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. Carolina is at the Giants. The Giants are favored by 1.5. I'll take the G-men. They had a nice win last week. Panthers had kind of a painful loss.
What would happen to old Baker Mayflower if, some would say he should have beat the Browns with Jacoby Brissett. Now he goes against Danny Dimes. This is not a great football team either, man.
Dude, we got to bring somebody in here. And he's a member of Two and On, and he's coming straight out the closet. The sun's not out, but his guns are out. What's up, Chad?
And please don't disrespect me like that. I am the vice president of Two and On. Okay,
I'm not only
the vice president. I work a lot to make sure that it all happens correctly. But I got a question for everyone on the panel here. Are you guys Dolphin fans?
He wasn't gonna come on the show, dude. I pissed him off so bad that he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going in the closet.
This is what I don't understand. We're Dolphin fans, right? We completely dominated, controlled that game from beginning to end. Yeah, were there a couple things that Tua could do a lot better, 100%. And I've talked about this before. He doesn't have this crazy arm strength. He's not like one of these guys. And yeah, Randy, if you're going to tell me would I rather have Tua or Josh Allen, it's a no-brainer. But to me, if you win football games and don't turn over the ball, we can do the rest. The defense takes care of business. And how can you not be happy with that performance from the team overall? And at the end of the day, you like Josh Allen, Herbert, well, they all throw interceptions. Tua didn't throw no interceptions. Yeah, there was one that was dropped, bad decision-making. But on the stat sheet, you look at what wins and your stats. That's all people are ever going to look at. I don't know. I don't need him to be some top-tier Hall of Fame quarterback. I just need him to manage the game, don't turn over the ball, and win football games. And I'm sorry, you can say he throws ducks, but that pass to Waddle was in between three guys perfectly
That was nice.
in place.
That was one of his. Yeah, that
You
was
know,
one of his.
so-
Yeah, it was.
So as much as people want to hate on him, but when he does make good passes, when he does something good, we gotta praise him a little bit, man. He is our quarterback. So
I'm happy that we won.
I wish him the best.
I'm not
happy
knocking
we
him
won
to this
and,
year.
It just kind of sucks to invest that much draft capital on a game manager, but I'll take the win every time.
But this is what I don't understand. Everyone's like, "Oh, hindsight's fifth," or in hindsight they should have gotten Herbert. No one on their draft board, any analyst had Herbert in their top 20. So the
That's true.
Chargers they went out on a limb and say, "Hey, we like this guy. We want to take him there." But if we would have taken Herbert, everyone would be like, "Who the fuck are they taking, and why are they taking that guy?" Where
It just
Tua-
seems like we always make that decision, and
But
we
you know
always
what?
like
To
we
me-
didn't bring in Breeze. We didn't. We always make that wrong one. That's
Okay,
what.
but if Tua did not get hurt, he would have been the number one quarterback all the teams would have been looking at. So the fact that he fell to us at 5 and being a
Damn,
name,
then maybe Burrow would have fallen to us.
okay, but it was a name that we took on instead of being some no name that we usually do or some old guy that's coming back from an injury or trying to. So to me, I felt like the Dolphins made that pick because, hey, it's a name, it's a household name already. The fans could probably get behind him, and they did. Everyone was behind him until we, I guess, see him on the field. But I truly believe this coach, regardless of what anyone thinks, is going to put this guy in positions to win. And I said it last year, and everyone said I was crazy. Flo was the problem, and Flo needed to go. And we're going to see a whole different team this year.
Can we give? I know he's small, McDaniel, dude. Can we get the guy a proper Gatorade bath when we win a game? They had 2 little bottles of fucking Gatorade.
Well, but you can't. The Gatorade bath has got to come first. That
how much did we pay Tyreek,
game.
bro?
I thought that was a clever way of doing that, my guy. I thought it was clever.
Well, he's not. He's so small that's all they need is 2 little Gatorade bottles.
Yeah,
but
if you
save money from Tyreek,
yeah, but also too, man, if you think about how much they would have blasted the Dolphins if they would have like showered bath him like, oh, this guy only got one win in the NFL and they're already giving him shower baths like he won the Super Bowl. So I think it was more
I
of
see
a,
what you're saying. They're like, hey, first one, we haven't done anything. You're just getting 12 ounces here, buddy.
yeah, for sure.
24 ounces.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll do a 2-liter fucking bottle next week.
Dude, I mean, it's only his first game, so I'm not like I don't want to see them dump the whole Gatorade.
You're finding
thing
all
on him.
the angles, dude, all the time, bro. He's always no, dude. I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Though. I like it. I like it.
You can't waste that, bro.
Yeah, I like
You
it.
know, and I can tell you, there's a different feeling in the locker room, and I can personally say this. Actually, I've been working with O again.
Round of applause for Chad.
And I was able to go and get some interviews, but you can just sense a different feel in this locker room. Like
I heard he also rearranged. McDaniels did the way that the guys line up in the locker room, like who's close to each other and all that. I heard he's very big into that, and it's actually showing results.
Because at the end of the day, man, the quarterback is the star position, right? But it's a team game. Even Aaron Rodgers has said this on Pat McAfee. He's like, I'm only one like if 10 other guys don't do their job, I can't be successful, right? So, I mean, in a sense, it's a team game. Now, of course, you have those guys that are just freaks of nature, and they just change the game and have, those abilities.
Here's a weird thing for you, though. If you're rating superstars on the Dolphins, what number is Tua?
As far as superstars, now are you talking
stars?
About
just the star of you? Who's the star of the Dolphins?
Well, Tyreek Hill will be number one,
Hill. All right,
and then Xavier Howard would be number two.
Xavier Howard.
I would say, I mean, he's probably definitely going to make more of a name for it. But Javon Holland, but I feel like you could do Javon Holland, Tua there, and now in regards of Tua, I mean, I think it has more, with his name coming out of college and what he's done, and
the janitor, the water boy, and then we got Tua, right?
Can you name those guys though? You haven't given names. You just said positions and jobs on the field.
I don't want to release for their safety. Right. I don't want to dox them here.
So
Tua may be like the 4th or 5th best player. That's weird.
No. You didn't say
star power.
You said star. Now that's what I said. And are you saying superstar like in the NFL, or we're just saying names that people like stars? Because
star power.
Tua could walk anywhere and people are gonna know who he is, right? But ain't nobody gonna know who Xavier Howard looks like. Most people don't know what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you say star, that's what I'm thinking in regards of household name. But if you want to talk players, now of course we could break it down differently there.
I'm just saying, I'm making the point that that's kind of the exception with most teams. Your quarterback usually isn't 4th or 5th biggest name on the team.
Oh, that's not true, though.
You don't think that's weird? You don't think usually the face of the team is the quarterback?
The face of it usually is. And I mean, okay. Now, it usually is depending on the team and the quarterback. So you're going to tell me that, I mean, Zach Wilson is the face of the Jets, dude? You think he's their best player?
The Jets?
Oh, I'm just throwing out a team.
That's the worst team, dude.
Okay. I mean, okay.
I couldn't name you. That's probably the team I could name the least amount of players from if you put my hand to the fire on it. Would you say?
I only know Sauce Gardner.
Okay, Dak Prescott's the best player on Dallas Cowboys?
No, you got those beasts
That's a tough one.
on the defense. But he's definitely super well known,
Oh, and who was well known? It may not be for the right reasons, but that's my point I'm trying to say.
All right, you gonna do picks with us, dude?
I might have to come right back because.
Okay, we're gonna roll with some picks. If you want to, hop back in whenever you're ready. That is the president of Two and On joining us, Chad. And we were on the Giants here. I already picked the Giants. I don't know who you guys are picking.
I'm picking the Panthers in a.
Can I see the spread again?
Yeah, it is
desperate
1.5. The Giants are favored by 1.5.
Against who?
Against the Carolina Panthers.
I'll take the Panthers.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. What do you guys think about these quarterbacks?
Baker looks like an asshole.
He might be a little dick.
Oh, dude. Unfucking intolerable, probably, dude. This guy, dude. As a teammate, as a fan, as a friend, probably just
Actor.
intolerable, dude.
His wife is hot.
I'm sure
I mean, that's his only redeeming quality.
that may be the only reason to hang out with him, I guess. I don't even know.
Yes.
She's probably just as intolerable as he is. I don't know. That's hearsay.
I know nothing of Danny Dimes.
He seems like an okay guy from whatever I see. You don't hear, other than people making fun of his game here and there. I don't think that guy's going to be terrible. I don't know. He seems indifferent. I would put him in that category.
He
Yes.
looks like he would be a college douche.
Probably. All these guys are the big man on campus, dude. You know?
Fucking, what are those guys called? The sorority bros. That shit.
Yeah.
Not sorority. That's for women.
Frat boys.
A frat guy. Yeah.
A frat
right.
dick.
Next up, we got the Browns and the Jets. This is the Jets at the Browns. The Browns are favored by 6.5.
Give me the Browns.
Yeah, I'm doing Brown here.
Me too.
Who is this? Brissett and
Brisket and Joe Flacco.
Zach Wilson. Oh, Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco
Yeah.
still under center here.
Yeah, I think Zach is still hurt.
Joe Flacco might be a little douchey. I don't know.
He seems all right, dude. I've seen him on some interviews. You know, he's like a dad now. He's like an older guy now. Seems like an okay guy, dude. I don't know.
He
says
seems
it's
to be as mobile as R2D2.
in a phone booth, right?
Yes.
Is your favorite line with him?
Yes.
Dude, remember when Kiko Alonso blew him up, dude, in that game, and like he raised his hand and then like it
Yes.
went down? That was crazy, dude. I don't really care too much for Jacoby Brissett. He seems
Yeah.
kind of
He was a bit douchey in the Dolphins.
he seems kind of like a douche.
He didn't seem like to care to win, did he?
Right.
Nah, I remember like one interview when we lost, when he got inserted after a Tua injury. You know, he was like, "Hey, man, this is the Dolphins, dude. Nobody's expecting us to go to the Super Bowl." You know, like early on in the season when we lost to, I think, the Colts, if I'm not mistaken, we almost came back and won at the end a couple years ago. Or was
Yo,
it last
Giggling
year?
Girls Rick says they love Tua so much.
Hey, man, Tua each their own, dude. Not gonna judge you, bro. I expect us to go to the Super Bowl. Yes, this is usually when somebody says they love Tua, this is the next thing that they think we're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I hope he's right, dude. I would give a left nut, maybe even a right, just one, not both, to whichever one hangs lower. I would give that one to go to the Super Bowl for sure.
Wow. We played one game. He said we're overpowered this year. Like, who's going to stop us?
Thank you for translating the OP because I did not know what that meant. I thought that was I don't know what that was. Yeah. I hope you're right, Rick.
Overpenetrated.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen to us. We've seen enough of that. Next up, we have the Patriots at the Steelers. This used to be a marquee game. Patriots are favored by 2.5 on the road. This game's lost a little bit of its luster from previous seasons, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
Patriots, Steelers.
Yeah, Patriots at the Steelers.
Patriots are favored.
Yeah, 2.5. Mac Jones got hurt last week.
Yeah.
I'll take the Steelers.
Is he going to play? Do we know?
I've heard he's going to play.
Yeah. I didn't realize he had gotten hurt. He didn't really miss time, but he had like a sore back.
I'll reluctantly take the Patriots and their bounce back.
Mhm.
Man, but if they lose this game, the
Which you
Hounds are
hope
going
they
to be
do.
out.
Yeah, the Steelers got lucky last
Big
week.
time.
Big time.
Did you make a pick here, Tank?
Steelers.
All right. Yeah, apparently, I guess this happens at every fan base, but these fucking Boston, New England Fox, dude, like some people were calling for him to be fired and like just, come on, dude. That honestly, we all know how I feel about Belichick, but if he were my coach with the things he's accomplished, that guy has a free open
He could tank 6 games and you'll still be supporting him.
No, that guy can decide when he wants to leave. Like I could never fire him or push him out. You know what I mean? Like what you've done for this franchise, that was, and some people argue it was Brady, was it Belichick, whatever. That guy oversaw in 20 years 6 titles. Just in 20 years, which is a part of the NFL history, more titles or as many titles. Do the Steelers have 6 too?
Yes.
So they're tied currently. So they did what the Steelers have done in the whole Super Bowl era in just the last 20 years. That guy has free reign. Sort of like I felt like Don Shula had free reign. Let those guys retire.
How did that work out?
Yeah, is he a cheating piece of shit? Yes, but if you're a real fan, come on, New England, dude, how are you gonna? But yeah, it'll be fun to see them fucking killing each other if they lose. That'll be fun. But I did take the Pats. I think they'll win. So the quarterbacks here up for debate are Mac Jones and Mitch Trubisky. These guys both kind of seem a little goofy. Mac Jones, probably a little cooler. He does like to smoke cigars, so I can relate to that part with him. Trubisky seems a little goofy. High draft pick also.
I don't get a read on either one of these guys.
Yeah, they're both kind of newer guys we don't know a whole lot about. Mac was a winner too, but who's not a winner coming out of Alabama, right? Like, how many guys are winner? Like, the whole team's a winner, dude. You just played in Alabama, you're considered a winner, I guess. All right, Indianapolis Colts. They are at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Jaguars are underdogs. Colts are favored by 3.
I'll take the Colts.
Yeah, I'll take the Colts too. Did the Colts win week 1?
No, they tied. They played for a tie.
That was with the Bears?
Texans.
Oh, my God. That's brutal, dude.
I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Now they lost, right?
They lost to the Commanders
In
a close game.
All right. Well, I go first. I think Matt Ryan is just a pussy in my book, dude. Like, I will never fucking forgive him for that Super Bowl. I'm sorry, dude. Like, that's to me who that guy is. Yeah, he had some good stats in other years. Never really been the same since after that Super Bowl. Besides that, seems a little bit jerky. Don't like the guy. Sorry. Sunshine on the other side. Dude, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought that guy was going to be better, but okay, we're not judging their play. We're judging if they're cool guys. I guess he probably seems like a fun guy to hang out with. Who knows?
A bit monotone for me.
He's probably had a little humbling going on the last year and a half, though, right? With
probably.
Fucking where he came from and how good that team was, and then just all the losing that he probably lost more games in the first couple weeks than he did, in fucking college and high school probably combined.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trevor is a little funner than Matt. I like to blow the biggest game in my life, Ryan.
Matty stinks on ice.
Matty looks like he was on ice during that game. because he looked like he was on skates.
Put him on
Ryan.
ice. All right, next game here, we got the aforementioned Commanders at the
Matty's
Lions.
asshole needed ice after that game.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure. Lions are shockingly favored by 1.5 here.
I'll take that. Give me the Lions.
You're a brave soul, dude.
Thank you.
I'll take the Commanders as I step away.
Okay. I will also take the Commanders on that one. And who are the quarterbacks here?
Goff
Jared
and
Goof.
damn, you just slipped me.
Yeah, it's not Heineke.
No, it's fuck.
It's Falk.
Yeah, I don't have to look it up.
All right, Jared Goof. He does live up to his name. He looks like a bit of a goofball. Probably wants to win. You know, you forget that this guy went to a Super Bowl, dude.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, yeah, not a fan either. Never stole a freight train, probably, but you know, I don't know. Not really big on either of these two guys.
I think
Wentz-
they're maybe whatever. They both might be a bit depressed.
Yeah. Not when they look at their bank accounts.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Okay, we've got the Falcons are at the Rams. This is our first big spread on the board here tonight. The Rams favored by 10 points at home. Defending Super Bowl champions. They're 0-1. They played opening night. They've had a nice long rest. What did the Falcons do last week? Do you know?
They lost to the Saints, right?
Okay. You have any feelings on Jared Goff or Carson Wentz?
Not only did they lose, they fucking choked.
Yes. They blew a pretty big lead, right, Tank?
Yeah, I think it might have been like maybe a 14.
Yeah.
What
Going back to your question, Jared Goof, he's a goof,
That's what I said.
and they say Carson Wentz is a jack-off.
I was going to say jackass, but yeah.
And when the Colts owner, who's one of the biggest jackasses, says that about you, that's pretty bad.
Ursay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't wait to get rid of that guy.
Yeah. I
They-
don't blame him.
They blew a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Holy mackerel.
Now, how did Mariota do? Do we have any numbers?
I'll tell you right now.
All right. There's a big spread. It's 10 points for the Rams at home. I'm going to go Rams. They've probably built up some aggression over the 10 days since their opening night game.
Yeah, I think they're going to get, Allen Robinson involved. I think they're going to really work out all the little crap that came out on the Thursday night game, and I think they're going to bounce back.
They're going to ram it in there.
Mariota he went 215 yards, no touchdown, no interception.
Jesus.
Those are 2-on numbers, dude.
Wow, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. So what do you got here, Tank?
I'll take the Rams.
So we're in unison there. So Mariota reminds me of like a taller, faster, more athletic Tua. But we're not talking about their skills. Are they a cool guy? He probably seems like a pretty cool guy. Matt Stafford, he seems like a decent dude.
Yeah.
I don't have anything bad to say about these guys.
He might have been
Never-
drunk off his ass, but he didn't help that photographer when she fell off the stage last year.
Oh, he probably had other things on his mind, dude. He had just one, right?
Yeah, it wasn't during the parade, but I mean, he saw her fall. You know, he looked at her and saw her fall.
Hey, there's other people there, to do that. He doesn't need to get involved in that.
I could get hurt.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, this is your job.
You
I
want
feel
to
you.
take pictures?
Yeah.
There you go.
Next game, Seahawks coming off a big win. They are going to the Niners, and the Niners are favored by 9.
9 is a little hard, but dude,
That's what she said.
I would not be surprised if Seattle doesn't win another game. They're terrible. Terrible.
Who's terrible?
Seattle.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you didn't think they played a pretty good game, or are they just the Broncos fucked that shit up?
Dude, it was a combination of them jacked up at home, playing the game of their lives, and the Broncos sucked ass, and the coaching was even worse. Paul Hackett can't hack it.
Yeah. He's a hack. Yeah, terrible red zone offense, terrible clock management, terrible. Can't come in on a tuxedo like fucking Gladys Knight and the Pips, dude, on Russell Wilson. Those are all bad omens. With all that said, I think the fucking Niners didn't fucking do anything really. Trey Lance, some people were calling for Garoppolo. 9 points is a lot for them. I'm going Seattle, dude.
I think the Niners will win, but I think it'll be like by a field goal. So I'll take the Seahawks.
Who'd you take, Bum?
I'll take the Niners.
Okay. I don't know enough about Trey Lance to comment whether he's a cool guy or a jackass. Geno Smith, I remember him getting his jaw broken because he wouldn't pay back some linebacker for some appearance fee and hotel. Granted, that was years ago. He was a young guy. I'm happy when people bounce back and do something. Then he came out and said, what was the famous little quote thing
they wrote me off, but I didn't write back.
You know what? I'm okay writing you off, bro. I don't think you're going to probably prove me wrong.
That was it? More. That was the game of his career?
That might be the defining moment of his career. I saw him play nicely a couple games later, but then last year, but then he came back to earth. I think he's pretty good for that 1 year caretaker role for them until they probably will draft somebody or sign somebody next year.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He's no Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No, Ryan Fitzpatrick gets more play time, makes more plays.
Yeah, he has a better beard.
Yo.
Also.
Facts.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I got nothing on these guys.
All right.
Yeah. He seemed to be a little high off the hog last week.
Who?
Geno Smith.
High off the hog?
Yeah.
He was sucking somebody's hog?
Mm-hmm.
God bless him. All right, we got the Bungles at the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 7-point underdogs at home. Who are they rolling out there? Cooper Rush?
Don't rush to put out Cooper Rush.
I'll take the Bengals.
And they haven't signed anybody, right?
There was talks that they were looking at Big Ben.
There was talks of them looking at everybody, dude, I think.
Yeah.
But nothing has materialized, right?
No, I think they're sticking with Cooper Rush. Unless they really lose horrifically to the Bungles, then they'll probably get a quarterback.
I mean, they probably will. I'm taking Cincy here.
Yeah, I'll take Cincy too.
Comeback game. What's the spread? Who they playing?
Bengals are at the Cowboys. Cincy's favored by 7. You want to make a pick here?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Cincy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Cowboys should trade for Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, I've heard this rumor, and I'm in agreement. I think if we can get something of substance for Bridgewater, even though the backup will come into play in Miami,
Yes.
obviously, right? Right,
Well, I
Chad?
mean,
Can you agree? It's likely.
the backup is going to come into play this year? I don't think so.
You think Tua's gonna fucking take all the snaps?
I mean, if he's healthy, yeah. I think this guy
Well, yeah,
believes in
that's
him.
what I mean.
I mean,
No, we're strictly talking on the health issue.
but okay, so what? I mean, even when he was not healthy last year, he still came back and played.
I know, and I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's very likely that we're gonna have to play our backup. That's
I think he's got an O line that will actually protect him and not get his ribs broken in the first game, and he can play. So, hold on one second. I can go. I'll be right back. I gotta
all right.
take care. Sorry, newborn in the house. So I'm.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way,
new
new Tuanon member. Chad, he's producing his own Tuanon
You know
people.
it. She was born right before kickoff too. It was awesome.
Beautiful.
12:36. Awesome, dude.
Guys, am I sharing the screen? Yes.
Now
Yes.
you are.
All right. Sorry about that. I thought I had that up earlier. That's what she said. Texans. Oh, did we say Joe Burrow? Seems like a freaking pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Burr.
Joe
Dak
Donkey.
Prescott never stole a freight train. Seems like a nice guy to me. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about those guys.
Yeah, Burrow looks like a good guy to hang out with.
He's probably
I'd
doing
rather
pretty.
hang out with Burrow.
Yeah, he's probably doing pretty good with the ladies.
Yeah, probably so.
I would imagine.
I'll take his scraps.
Yeah, his scraps are probably fucking filet mignon, dude. Texans at the Broncos. Broncos are favored by 10.
I'll take the Tex.
Wow, dude. You're brave, bro.
I'll take Texans too.
I'm gonna go Broncos, dude. I would hope that they unload on this sacrificial goat that they're giving them here.
They tied with the Saints, dude.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They tied with the Saints.
The Texans did, right?
Oh no, it wasn't with the
Tied
Saints.
with the Colts.
With the
Yeah.
Colts. Micah Parsons. Oh no, that's Cowboys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking
You're all over the place.
yeah.
You guys
Running-
are losing me.
Running back.
All right.
Here's to you guys.
Jason Taylor.
John Taylor.
Yeah, John the bum Taylor.
Fred Taylor. Taylor made. Double play. Arizona Cardinals are at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are favored by 5 points. What's with the Cardinals, dude? Every time I think they're like so disappointing, right?
Well, they got a couple of problems, right?
The coach's wife is way too hot for him to be fucking paying attention and coming up with
I
game
haven't
plans.
seen the coach's wife.
Kyler
my
Murray
God.
doesn't watch film.
Bum. Tank, pull up Arizona Cardinals coach, girlfriend, wife, whatever.
I know that guy's a pretty boy, so he's got to be hooked up with like a supermodel, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. She's fucking. I mean, he's not. He has to be distracted, dude. That's all I'm saying here. I want my coaches to look like fucking Andy Reid, dude, and like have diabetes and like, they have no sex life. They're just in the fucking office all the time, eating donuts and coffee. I want them to look like Bill Belichick. You get a guy like looks like this guy, and like he has that kind of peace. He's.
I'm sharing, bro.
That guy's not putting in the hours. Like, he's putting in the hours. He's just not putting them in the office.
Yeah,
There she is.
That's
What?
not her. That's not her. That's not her. Give me one in a bikini or something here, dude. There you go. Blow that up for me, so to speak.
Yeah,
She might be a model.
yeah, he's probably got other things in mind than the too deep coverage.
Well, he's going too deep, but it
He's
ain't
headed for
coverage.
the flats.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's not working on his bump and run coverage. He's probably working on his bump and grind coverage on her, dude.
Oh,
all right.
Wait, go back. Hit that one with the green bikini. No.
All right, Bum, do this on your own time, dude.
Right there. Yeah, that one. Okay, that one there.
That background is very nice.
Wow.
Scenic view there.
That looks like that could be on the counter.
Oh, look at this drink, bro.
Of your tiki hut. Oh,
that's wow, look at that coconut.
That's a...
Oh man.
Got a little bit of sand on her, dude.
Oh,
all right,
nice yacht.
Let's leave this man's woman alone. So you guys got an opinion?
Super cool.
Yeah.
I want to be his friend just to come over his house.
Yeah, that guy's fucking awesome, man.
Dude, I'll bring the beer, man. Just let me in your fucking house.
You guys got an opinion on this game?
Yeah, I'll take the Raiders.
I'll take the Raiders too.
The coach seems to be distracted.
I'm gonna go Cardinals, dude. They gotta win a game sometime.
Wrong plays will be called.
And they have 5 points to play with.
Wow, could you imagine he goes to throw the challenge flag and it's her underwear?
Oh my God.
It's a thong.
That's a distraction, dude.
Yeah.
We got the Bears at the Packers. The Packers are favored by 10.
You got to share the spreadsheet, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure this guy's sharing the spread with that chick, dude, whenever he can. Do I got it up?
The spread in the sheet. Yeah, right now.
I got it up.
I don't know, man.
He's not having a problem getting it up.
I'll take the Packs.
Wow, and the 10 points. Rodgers owns these guys traditionally.
He owns them.
Yeah.
He said.
Literally. But 10's a lot of points, and he's coming off kind of a humbling defeat.
He's looking to not be so humble, I think.
He's got
the Bears had a big win.
He's got absolutely no one to throw to. But that's not going to stop him. I'll take the Packers.
I expect the Packers.
Buckus sent him like a nasty gram, I think.
Dick Buckus is a menace. I'm going to take the Bears. I'll go against the grain here. I expect the Packers to win, but I think the Bears will keep it closer than 10. And we are on the 2 Monday night games now, guys. There's 2 Monday night games. And
is that going to be a thing going forward?
No, I kind of like it, dude. You remember they always would kick off the season with 2 Monday night games? Yeah.
Right.
So this year they decided to not do that first week, do that the second week, which is fine because we've been so hungry for football that, like, we don't need 2 in the first week. We would have been fine with 1, or whatever you give us. So they're kind of throwing us that bone here in week 2. But I think it'll revert to just the 1 game after this week.
That means we're going to get a bad booth in one of those games, huh?
Oh, I don't know who the secondary booth would be. Funny you mentioned that.
Corny Kornheiser.
Who was worse? Tony. I want to talk about that later. We'll do the Monday night booths. Tony Kornheiser or what was the highbrow comedian guy named?
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller. Like, there was so many sophisticated jokes he would make that, like, the average fat bum drinking beer on his couch was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? right?
I'll take Dennis Miller. I got some of the jokes, not all.
Oh, you're so sophisticated.
Not all of them.
Sophisticated bum on the couch.
But like they were like drawn out, like
Yes.
3 plays would go by and he was still like fucking setting the
They
premise.
involved like maps and diagrams.
Yeah, it was like, dude, come on, give me a quick one-liner here, buddy. So we got the first of the 2 games at 7:00 on Monday. Is the Titans at the Bills, and another big spread here, 10 points for the Bills.
Give me the Bills.
I'll take the Bills.
I'll take Tennessee, dude. I don't like these big spreads.
That's what she said.
Yeah. And did we talk about? We didn't even talk about the previous quarterbacks, dude. We didn't talk about Murray, Derek Carr.
No, we talked about the Murray's coach. We
Yeah,
like to hang out with that guy.
And his chick.
We got caught up with that.
I think he won it hands down.
Murray and David Carr. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm indifferent. I think Derek Carr's a little bit of a bitch, if I'm being honest.
And Murray likes to play video games. I'm with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably be like, dude, I'll go to the next game. And then the next game is was Fields and Aaron Rodgers. I don't know enough about Fields. Aaron Rodgers, I never really liked that guy ever. But like lately, I'm starting to like him a little bit more, kind of because he's kind of a little wacky and like off, going against the grain a little bit on a lot of things.
Yeah, I see him as a California flake.
I liked him in that Barstool, that guy Caleb.
Yeah, Sunday Conversation.
Yeah. No, he was cool there.
Yeah.
I liked him there.
He has a sense of humor. Seems like a fun guy.
Yeah.
He disowned his family. I don't care.
I think he might have settled some of those things. He definitely had issues. Who doesn't? He was pretty good on Rogan too.
Probably has CTE.
Well, he took ayahuasca, so I know he resolved a lot of internal issues probably. How about Tannehill or Josh Allen?
Let's see.
I'll take Jared Allen.
Yeah,
Josh
Allen seems like he looks like a guy you could drink a beer with.
Yes.
Actually, even Tannehill also. You just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful he doesn't shoot you with his AR-15, but
he might hand it off more than he passes you a beer, though.
Yeah.
But look, dude, you go to the bar with Allen and Tannehill. Probably Allen, if you get in trouble, he could fend off some of the guys while Tannehill goes to get his AR and fucking settles shit. So, like, probably a couple cool guys to go hang out at the bar with.
I think Tannenbaum has a hot wife, too.
Look it up, Tank.
She's a blonde. I know that.
Yeah.
Why did this become let's rate their wives?
Because we know shit about some of these guys.
That's not cool. Unless you're talking about the Arizona Cardinals coach.
Screen sharing right now.
Yeah, she looks like your
classic
typical Barbie
American
doll. Yeah.
There she looks like she drank a little too much beer.
Sorry, I thought some of you might be into that.
I got the same body. Is that a prego? Do they call it?
Yeah.
Hey, she's a decent woman. Why are you guys talking about her?
That's
man?
a beautiful family, dude.
Oh, she's learning from the best.
Yeah, dude. They left like some weapons in a rental car one time.
An AR-15.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan Tannehill. She's got a pretty good stance, dude.
Yeah.
All right, and the final there's the gun they left. The final Monday night game is Vikings at the Eagles. Eagles 2.5. What did the Eagles do week 1 and the Vikings? Refresh me here.
Vikings beat the Packers.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The Eagles beat the Lions.
How did Jalen Hurts do week 1?
Pretty good.
The
Is this
Eagles
like
didn't beat the Lions tied with Indy.
Yeah.
No, the Lions lost to the Eagles.
Indy tied with
The Colts.
The
I'm
Colts.
sorry, the Colts tied with Texans.
there you go.
Oh, okay.
The Lions lost to the Eagles by 3.
Oh, sorry.
We were just talking about Tannehill, dude, one of your favorites.
Oh,
Okay.
Tannehill? Yeah.
I got Philly.
I'll take the Vikes.
What's the
Vikings.
spread?
2.5 points.
Eagles.
I'll take the Vikings.
So both you guys taking the Vikings?
I'm taking Vikings
so
as well.
190.
Yeah.
Jay
They
Jetta
look-
all day.
They look good against Green Bay.
Philly is
How
no
did
Green
Kirk
Bay.
Cousins do week 1?
Jefferson went off, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He saved me.
I bet there's a lot of people fucking regretting not getting that guy, dude.
Doing the gritty right now.
Yo, Funk. Shout out to Funk, yo.
Fun comics.
Rude world order for life, baby. Let's go.
How many people passed up on him? Because he was not even in the top 10, right?
No, I don't think so. I got him. That's all I know.
Who?
Jay Jetta.
Oh.
How's our O-line looking, Chad? We had some injuries.
Oh, O-line would be fine.
One of those guys came back to practice. The other one didn't.
Yeah, but I think it was Armstead that didn't come back, but I think that's just them being precautionary and like, hey, rest up. We need you for game day type of deal.
Not as bad as the Chargers online.
Well, they did place Austin Jackson on the IR.
Well, that, but I think they'll be able to, fill that role with who is it? I mean,
Greg Little.
Yeah, Little. Exactly.
They just signed somebody too, right? Can't remember who. They just signed somebody.
O-line?
Yeah, I believe so. Or they were looking at somebody at least. I don't know if they ended up signing him. Dude, the Browns brought back their little elf logo. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Brownie.
So bad.
I like it, dude. It's
Is
kind
it
of cool.
Brandon Shaw?
Yo, I
think so. How long before they get canceled by little people, though, and they have to remove that logo in today's day and age?
Very probable.
Soon probably. That was a scary looking elf, yo. He scared all those kids for sure. I just think it was a bad. I get like I'm all for painting the field, but I don't know. Placement was bad. It's a weird thing to have on the field, and
what did the Chiefs have last night? Like a little fucking arrowhead in the middle of the field. It was like I never seen that before.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I guess they're trying to change it up.
I mean, I guess the Browns don't have anything other than Elfie, so that's why they run it with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have a fucking logo, dude. There's just a brown, which is not even brown. It's like an orange.
And it's orange helmets with the brown.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
The brown shit.
What else do we got? What else do you want to share about the Dolphins? I know you got a lot on your mind. Go ahead, get it. Let's get it out.
No, nothing. Well, not necessarily share about the Dolphins. I'm just, looking on to see what we're gonna do against Baltimore, man. I mean, Lamar's trying to come back. I know Tank has him this year in fantasy. I had him last year in fantasy, and I won't lie, Tank, he kind of disappointed me last year.
Have who?
I had Lamar last year. He was my quarterback.
Bro, he saved me last week, so I can't complain about him.
And I had Mahomes, so he, I mean, I hear you, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before maybe Lamar gets hurt again. Because he's a quarterback with all the talent in the world.
Why are you putting that
but
on me, bro?
I'm not trying to put it on you, but he's injury prone. Like he got hurt last year and he was out for a few weeks. But But no, of course, his talent and skill is phenomenal. I think not that it's saying much, but he tried to show that he can kind of throw the ball against the Jets. But I think that our defense is just going to come out and, you know, I've seen stats like he's got like a very low percentage with 0 blitz coverage, like when it's thrown his way.
Yeah,
It's
we fucked them up last year.
and I think we can do the same. Of course, you would expect him to kind of want to get some revenge, but I think this defense is better than what it was last year, and I think they're going to come out and make a point. From what I've seen from the defense, I think it's been very clear who was calling the shots, at least at the end of the year on the defense with Boyer, and that's why they kept him. And you know, I think we should be able to go in there and get a win. I think out of the first 4 games, I think the first 2 games that we have, I think we could go out and win. I think the next 2 might be a little harder with Cincinnati and, of course, Buffalo.
Yeah, I think especially Buffalo.
I'd be more worried about Jackson running on us than throwing on us, you know?
Correct. And that's still something that scares me with this team is our run stop. Like, you know, and it was a big problem of ours last year. We were unable to stop the run. And in today's day and age, like, you got to be able to stop the run.
It was weak for most of last week's game.
Oh, and it's going to be weak because it feels like we're missing that thumper. You know what I mean? That guy that just come in and make those stops and, you know, find those gaps and just hit
tackling
people up.
Machine.
Yeah, and
a guy who takes up some space.
And I know they signed Trey Flowers, and not necessarily he's like a thumper, but he could be someone that could play that role. Like, you know, I guess I don't want to say play the role, but I guess you can say simulate that type of role. But, you know, he was put on the inactive list last week, so I don't know if he will be active this week. And I don't know. I think that's what our defense is missing. But, of course, you know, against the pass, you know, eventually you're going to have to pass the ball in today's day and age in the NFL. So once that happens, if we can just get pressure on Lamar, keep him running that way, get the running back, and then force him to pass the ball, I think the defense will be fine.
We're going to have to put some more points up. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And that's going to be I think you're going to see the offense probably open up a little more this year or this week. I think the biggest thing last week, and I don't think anyone's giving any credit, but the Patriots defense was good. Like they were, you know, they played a hell of a game last week. They, you know, there were some opportunities that they missed that could have swung the game, you know, but you know, they for the most part played well, and you know, we got to score more points. That's
dude. Sure. I mean,
you got to score more points.
I know you don't like the negativity, but we were 1 4th and 7 conversion at the end of the half from scoring 1 offensive touchdown that game. You know, which that's not going to cut it.
Yeah,
most
but
of the time.
The play calling there and the balls.
Oh, I like it. Yeah,
you know, to like, yo, what? How much time's left in the half? Let's just go for it.
Easier to say when they scored, but yeah, I do like it. I like being aggressive.
But even if they didn't score there, you know, I can be like, you know what? I could the aggressiveness, and it was a good time to call it. Right?
How much time was left?
Like 20. There was seconds left in halftime.
You would have forced them to make a play and then a long field goal or whatever.
They had like it was like 23 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
The risk reward was pretty good to do that.
That type of thinking from your coach, you know, you can get behind. But no, I think in today's day and age in the NFL, you have to score at least 30 points. I think McDaniel knows that, but I also feel like Belichick was playing for that over-the-top ball, and that's why they didn't really do anything like that, where everything was kind of like cool, just kind of like, you know, slice them up with short stuff and then just, you know, do what we got to do. But next week will be a different test because Harbaugh is a good defensive, you know, coach as well. If I'm not mistaken, that's his bread and butter is defense, not offense. So
is Flores going for that 4th down last year? If he's the coach right now this year
no,
in this situation,
they would have punted it. Yo, since Flores is with the Steelers and he didn't like Mika, he should just trade him back to us. I mean, he's the reason why we don't have Mika Fitzpatrick.
I have that on my notes. That has to be one of the worst trades we've ever made. The way that played out in the end, what we got, I don't think we have anybody. Who do we have? Is it Austin Jackson, the guy that we have left from that?
I think so.
Who's not necessarily stellar up to now.
Correct.
So I think it kind of boiled down to like we got him for M'fer Fitzpatrick, who's like an all-pro, Pro Bowler.
But I remember you were kind of happy with that trade, Go.
Because at the moment, and I will still always say this at any time, when a guy says he does not want to be on your team, I say, fuck you. I'll get you out of here.
But
I'll still do that.
But I don't think it was Mika. I think it was Flo. Because think about that time. Flo was coming in here, all Belichick cutting all these players, and I guess or trading Mika Fitzpatrick, who was just had a great rookie year with us. Coming off a great rookie year, and he didn't want to work with him for whatever reason. I want to say
that was the whole thing that they switched positions on him.
They wanted to move him around the field, play corner, slot corner, safety.
He got burned a couple times in that first game that year. Remember?
Yeah,
playing out of position.
I'm a safety. That's what I play.
No.
But people don't give enough credit to Chris Greer because he drafted that guy. He drafted X and he drafted Javon Holland. So the guy can draft some DBs, bro. And to trade Mika and then to get two guys like Javon Holland and Xavier Howard, I think, goes to show you that, I don't know. I think Chris Greer, for the most part, has a grasp on what they're trying to do. And especially with this coach, like they're going to work together, where I don't think Flo and him were working together. And that's why he was like, I don't want this guy. I'm going to just trade him. And Greer's like, okay, you're the coach. I'll trade him,
I mean, so far, I think this McDaniel guy is certainly a better deal than Flo was, right?
Well, yeah, there was a power struggle there with Flo and Greer, and this guy. I don't want to say he's submissive, but he's more like a company kind of told. It seems more like a all-in, kind of team guy.
Yes.
I don't think he's worried about like putting himself out, in front of anything. I don't know.
Even though I remember the first year of Flo, I mean, I thought he was a good coach, man, the first year.
Well, yeah.
It's hard to know really after, that long what we're dealing with, Then things start coming out, all the different scenarios with Tua and all this stuff, and then you start learning a little bit more about who the guy is.
To me, the big red flag was how he couldn't keep a staff, right? Mm-hmm. That staff kept turning and turning and turning.
And Bum, to that point, I was going to say the red flag to me was his staff and the fact that it kept turning, but also people I ain't never heard of in my life. Like, think McDaniel comes in, brings in Wes Welker, brings in Sam Addison, like the guys that have like clout here, but also regardless of that, like guys that have done it in the NFL. So when they're sitting there talking to some of these players, like it's like, yo, you want to succeed in this league? Imagine if you're a receiver and Wes Welker's the one telling you, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's Wes Welker. Yeah. So I mean, granted, for who he played for, Randy, I know it might, be a sore spot, but when it comes to coaching, I think that it holds value, and his whole coaching staff has already been proven coaches and known coaches, and I think that's a big impact on this team this year.
And something funny, remember the problem that we had with your current team, and funny enough, the team that's having the same problem, right? Remember when he couldn't tell us who the offensive coordinator was? It's the same problem that Belichick is having now with the guy he brought back from the Lions, who was a defensive coach.
Isn't that shocking that they just the guy's doing a different role than what he did before?
He's got, and it's funny because Joe Judge, I think it's his name, Joe Judge. He was the Giants head coach, got fired. Matt Patricia got fired, and they're both offensive coordinators, but you don't really know who's calling plays. That happened with Flo. Here,
so there was 2 of them or 3 of them at one point. With Flo. It was terrible.
Well, and even Flo in New England was not really the play caller on
No,
defense.
definitely not.
He was the pass game coordinator,
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Those guys seem to get jobs before taking other steps that they should take, and
But-
then they end up crawling back to Papa.
Yeah,
That's
Bel-
so amazing that he accepts him too, right? Isn't it?
Belichick
It's
doesn't
got to
have
feel good for him.
That
No.
just
Yeah, I knew you'd be back.
No, I don't think it's like that because I don't think Belichick does.
Suck
Of course,
my
he wants
toes.
success for all of his people, but I think I think this is it exactly what you saw with Flo, and of course, the game is changing and it's different now, and especially in today's day and age, they micromanage too much. They're trying to take on everything in a sense, right? And I'm sure Belichick's got to know everything, right? He's micromanaging. McDaniel in his last press conference, I don't know if you heard this, but he came out and said, he goes, someone asked him about like the defensive. He goes, look, I like to think that my coordinators are the head coaches of their position, so they're the one, pretty much saying they're the ones calling the plays. I'm not microman like. They're the head coach of the defense. My defensive coordinator, my offensive coordinator is the head coach of the offense. I'm just the head coach that brings it all together. And I think that's an important thing because you're empowering your coaches to make decisions, right? You're gonna have to learn and go through that. And there was bad plays called in the defense last week, but they were also great calls made, and they were able to like get through that. If you're micromanaging everything and trying to do it all, you can't. You're gonna crumble, and I think that's the big problem right now. And
I think obviously it's easy to be a coach when you win. I think the other part that we'll see about how good of a coach this guy is if they, when they lose, if they go on a losing streak, how does he keep the team together? Coaches in the past that we've had have been really shitty at that. You start having the locker room problems and you start hearing guys talk about the offense or the defense.
Hey, how did the Canes do, bro? I just looked at your hat. I'm sorry to cut you off.
The Canes play tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Tomorrow,
I'm way ahead of
Texas
A&M.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
wrong day.
It was
I'm on
going to
the
be a
wrong
big
day.
game until they lost the Appalachian State.
It's kind of a big game still.
But no college game. It was supposed to be college game day there. College game day is not going to be there now.
Yeah.
Because Texas A&M lost last week to
The Appalachian State,
and they were
unranked. They paid them like $1.5 million or something like that to play them, and then they fucking got beat.
The funniest thing is like they have some like, I think it's called cheer practice or like, I don't know. No, not like that. But
sorry.
I got to send you the video. But some guy the night before, he's like, well, I can't even. These guys that were getting ready to play can't even spell the names on their. It was funny, and then they wind up getting whooped. It was like a big meme going around with Texas A&M, but it's still a big test because, to your point, Bum, there, it's a quality D1 school. Jimbo Fisher is a great head coach.
That's right.
So it's still a good proving test for Mario, but it's going to be,
And we've cracked the bed in these scenarios.
Yeah, well, usually, yeah. So
it's a big game for us. Just back to Flores for a minute here, and I think there was just like some major differences of opinion with him and Greer that like he seemed to never, be able to close the book on him and just say, all right, fuck it, let's move forward. What's done is done. And then, hey, dude, but a good positive point. I didn't even like think about this, or I knew it, but I forgot it. The Dolphins are 9-1 in their last 10 games. Who's been better in their last 10 games?
Actually, I saw a stat. There's only been 4 teams better. I think it's a little more than that as well. But it's the Bills. I forgot what the stat was, but it's like Bills.
You got to be 10-0 to be better than that.
But it was like the Bills, the Chiefs, and something else. I gotta look up the stat. But it was a little more than 9 games. Like over like the last 35 games, like they were saying that the Dolphins have been one of those teams that have been winning games. And to me, that's what I just want to win games, man. Win games. I don't care.
A playoff game, particularly.
Yeah. Well, let's just get there. To me, that's a step. Like if this coaching staff can get us there, yes, I would love to win, but let's just get there because
I
in the
need a
grand
win, dude. I
okay,
need a
I hear
fucking
you.
win.
I hear you, but in the grand scheme of things, let's just be real. Like, as we're still
I
2
need
to 3 steps behind Buffalo.
I need a
It's not
win.
even a question. We're like,
I need a wild card
uh,
fucking win. Then you could spank us in the next round. I need
correct.
one
Yeah.
win, dude.
But
Give me one
let me
playoff
get
win.
it in the wild card. I'll take the wild card right now. You know what I'm saying? Just to make that step as a
Yeah,
team.
yeah, get me in
So,
there. But dude,
so
I
and then
really need a win, dude. Like, I the last time we made the playoffs and we had that, like, nobody even. That's like a blip, right? We don't even remember that, right? Like, Steelers kicked our ass.
oh, dude, that was it. And my favorite part about that, everyone's like, oh, because that's when Tannehill
Oh, here
was
we go.
hurt.
Here we go.
No, that's when Tannehill was hurt, and no, everyone's like, "Oh, bro, because Matt Moore was in. If Tannehill was in, we would have won." I'm like, "Y'all are ridiculous, yo. That Steelers team would have whooped up on Tannehill too. We
That's
were
too much
not,
defense, dude. That was too much
we
defense.
were not ready when we made that playoff. I was like, oh, we're getting blown out. Like,
That was like an accident.
it's not worth getting blown out in the first round, right, or in the playoff round, right?
But the hype around this team, if it's real, we need to at least win one playoff game, right?
You know what? My thing with this team, I want to see us compete in every game and not be blown out and not be in it. Like, you know what? You're going to lose some games, right? It's going to happen. But I want to make sure that this team is competing and showing that they want to take that step to the next level, because that's what you got to do. You have to compete. If we get into the wild card, playoff, and let's just say we lose by a point or two, but it went down to the wire, you could hang your hat up on it. Like, you know what? The team gave it, like, we weren't just good enough, but you
Who
know
did we
what? They
lose
went
to?
out and competed. I don't know. Let's just say for everyone, because they will love it, right? The Chargers. We lost to the Chargers. They want to see Herbert versus Tua,
dude. Oh, dude.
right?
That one they got to win, because then it's like, oh, you see fucking Herbert, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm just using that example.
That
but
would be fucking monumental, dude.
yeah, but the Chargers got
We got
blown
to throw
out.
a party, dude, if that's the fucking, well, whoever it is, if we make it. Fuck it.
No, I just want to see the team compete, man. Like, compete in every game and not get not look like we're lost and we don't belong to be there. Like, when we play the Bills, if we lose, that's fine, but let's put the pressure on the Bills. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
devastating when you get like spanked a couple times and you're just like, then that shit that the bum says starts happening. People start quitting, and like, even I don't think they ever really did that under Flow too much, but we've seen it before. That's what sucks when you get a couple beat downs there. If you're losing close games, yeah, you're still kind of in it. You're still, everybody feels pretty good. We're close. Couple changes here, a couple play calls there, but when you start getting blown out, that's when it really hurts. Did you guys hear about the tailgating disaster at the stadium? Tank, maybe you could pull up some pictures that we could show
All right.
about that.
Yo,
Guys,
those
see
are
that
the
shit?
only 12 people that can be mad about Sunday if you're a Dolphins fan, right? Like, anyone else, you can't be mad, but those 12 people can be for sure.
Yeah, one guy said he had $3,000 cash in his car, which I thought was kind of suspicious.
And his Mercedes.
Yeah, like, who carries
Corolla.
that much cash
The
and
guy,
leaves?
the guy selling drugs at the parking lot.
Yeah, like, there's like red flags, right? $3K in cash, and you leave it in your car, dude.
Sharing.
That's
That don't seem
suspicious,
right.
dude.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, usually we have these type of fires at the stadium when we lose games. This is not usually when we win
Nah.
games, dude.
I've never seen fires like this, even when we lose. That's crazy, though, man.
You know,
Can
I
you
heard
imagine?
this started because of a grill, and
Yeah,
I
true.
have seen people after they cook put their grill like sort of under their car.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that. So it wouldn't surprise me that it was.
Yeah, but how? Come on, but why? I don't know. I mean, grilling 101. If you're using coals, you got to put them out once you're done grilling.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
come
the
on,
bum's
bum.
always careful about that when we used to go to the games.
Bro, at my house all the time when I grill, that's the first thing I'm doing is like, once I'm done, everyone's like, oh, just wait. I'm like, bro, no, I'm taking some water. I'm putting them bad boys out. I
No,
want to
you're
make sure
ruining
that.
in the grill, bro.
What, water? Water's not
Then
ruining
it
the
gets
grill.
all muddy, dude.
Okay, real quick. bro. It's wipe it off, bro. Like it's not that hard. Like
It's better than 12 cars burning.
yeah,
They
or
even
something happening. You know,
you
my
remember when
place
they
burning
stole
down.
our grill, bum?
Yes.
They stole our grill, maybe twice. I don't know if it was once or twice.
It
type of-
fell twice.
Was it a
Yeah.
Weber? What was it?
I don't even think it was like that fancy of a
No, it was just one of those
The
little
red tops.
little
the
grill,
little
man.
circular ones, maybe.
It was 2 bricks and a clothes rack. One of those that you have
and they're
behind you, those
back in the
wire
day.
racks.
Yeah, they were in their time. That's funny.
I'm reading my NFL injury notes. Julio Jones missed a couple of practices.
That's awkward. Now this that time where people are gonna be missing practices, and
Mike
You're talking
Evans was
about
not at
practice.
practice.
I need Mike Evans to play this week, though, man. That's my wide
Um,
receiver in fantasy.
what other injury notes? We know about Dak Prescott. They're not putting him on IR, which. Oh, TJ Watt is living up to the Watt family name. He's gonna
Hurt?
no surgery, but he's hurt. I don't know how long.
I think they have the record for most torn pec muscles.
Right? Yeah, he tore his tit. Right?
I think his brother did that like twice.
Yeah, I'm saying it's like a family thing. They have
How
weak
much are they
tits, dude.
bench pressing, bro?
No, they did it in the game.
No, but it has to be a result of how much those guys bench press, bro. Come on.
Keenan Allen is likely going
I
to
think
be
it has
out.
to do with Jace boasting about him in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Week 1.
week 1. Oh, Jason, the fantasy league.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. So Tom is dealing with multiple injuries at the receiver position here. Chris Godwin also missed the practice.
No, he's out. He was ruled
Yeah.
out.
They've declared him out at this point. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, do you see how many Steelers that Jace has?
No,
this guy's a big, this guy's a
Jack-
big Steelers fan, but he's like, yo, like he just like drafts.
He's a homer.
Yeah, bro. That's one thing I don't do is draft from my heart.
He's
Gotta
worse
be
than
smart.
you.
You don't have any Dolphins?
No, I have. I
He
have
has
Waddle.
2 and Waddle, bro.
I have no. I don't
Nah,
have.
not
Two.
two,
I have
not
Waddles
two.
and Edmonds. But last year I took Waddle in the last round. I'll never forget this, Randy. You were like, oh, homer. But then Waddle became my number 2 receiver, and I was just like, yo, that guy put up points every week. He gave me 18 last week, so I was happy.
He was solid.
Yeah, man. You gotta, you can see certain things in certain people, But Chase Edmonds, he's my 3rd running back. I have Chubb and Henry. So
What's his name in the league?
I think it's Rough Riders.
Oh, DMX and the Rough Riders.
I got the best name in the league. Come on, Tank.
Tuanon?
Nah, cheetahs always prosper.
He has 4 right now.
4 Steelers on his squad, right?
Yeah.
Who does he have that are Steelers?
He has the defense. He has the kicker.
So every week can you just see that Steelers logo?
He has Pickens, and he has
Harris, right? He's got Najee Harris.
no AJ
Huh.
Brown. No, not AJ Brown. Sorry. Yeah, Najee Harris.
Yeah, he's got Najee Harris, I think.
I had him last year.
What
Oh,
a
he had
homer,
Mike
dude.
Williams, dude. Nice.
Dude,
That's like the most
Oh,
I've seen.
and Herbert. Wow, he should be set up to win.
should be set up to win. No, look at the rest of his squad, bro. Get out
Well,
of here.
he has CeeDee Lamb.
I had CD Lamb last year. He was a beast, but with no Dak, it's gonna be hard.
He has Kittle. He's questionable though.
Yeah, he didn't play well in week 1, CD Lamb.
No, nobody on that team did.
And he's probably not going to have a good time of it.
I have Zeke and Pollard.
Oh, wow. So you got the handcuff. Oh, who are you playing? You're playing
Zeke.
Dude, I think that the Cowboys would be better suited just playing Pollard more and then letting Zeke get the short yardage work and shit than what they're doing now, bringing him in as a change of pace. That guy's just way more explosive at this point than Elliott.
So, Tank, if I tell you to look something up on YouTube, you're able to show it and we can hear it, or no?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. What do you want from me, bro?
So I ran into this guy in my ultimate search for information. Since you guys brought up fantasy, I wasn't going to bring up fantasy, but
Sore subject.
I found this guy that seems to be if the Sopranos, Goodfellas, and The Godfather were into fantasy sports, this guy would be the guy that would be talking fantasy sports.
Hey, we got a tight end over here. We got a receiver over there.
His name is Sal Vitri.
Yeah, their name is always Sal, right? How fucking convenient.
Tag, look this guy up. Sal Vitri.
Got it.
This guy's like a Giants fan or something like that, probably.
Dude, you know what's really shocking? I thought it was a joke when I watched it. Dude, the guy is really smart, though.
Do we know what his team affiliation is?
I haven't watched him long enough to figure it out.
Oh, hold up. Let me put that on.
Is it this guy?
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna get demonetized.
Put the one that says the 24 something, the 20 receipt, that one. Put that one.
Do you want to win your week 2 fantasy matchup? Well, to do so, you need to start the right players. These are the top 24 wide receivers you need to know to win week 2. Starting with Cooper Kupp, who continued his big slot plus role for the Rams week 1. He saw an NFL high 13 receptions on Thursday Night Football, and now he has an elite matchup versus Atlanta and D. Alfred.
Holy chestnuts.
And Alfred allowed a 100% catch rate. 100% of the balls thrown his way, he allowed to be caught. Yeah, that's really good for Cooper Kupp. And then there's my wide receiver 2 on the week, Devontae Adams. And Adams saw an elite 50% target share, meaning 50% of Derek Carr's pass attempts went to Devontae, which led to a whopping 17.
All right, pause it a minute.
Devontae's week 2 matchup is...
Dude, isn't that such a Derek Carr thing to just go to the fucking well with whatever he had any amount of success with until the moment that it blows up in his face?
Yes. But let me tell you, though, this guy does serious research, dude. What he's sharing is, like, deep. He
inside the
deep.
numbers.
Move it towards the end there, Tank. Of this particular, yeah. Like, almost the end. Try that. Yeah.
Great week 1. Now to my number 23 wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy, who operated as the primary slot wide receiver week 1 for Russell Wilson. And we know Russell Wilson, as you can see in my tweet right here, loves his slot receivers. Remember Tyler Lockett and Doug Baldwin? Yeah, Jeudy saw 4 slot targets week 1, including a 67-yard touchdown. He's a top 24 option this week, and so is Julio Jones. That's right, Julio Jones is the wide receiver 2 now for Tom Brady with Chris Godwin out. And he earned a respectable 19% target share week 1. Keep in mind, this includes when Chris Godwin was in the game. But more importantly, he was still wildly efficient. A top 15 efficiency receiver week 1, he still has the juice. Plus, he was getting open often downfield on these deep crosses. That's kind of why they got him. He was second in the NFL with an average target distance of 22 yards. These are your top 24 receivers to get you going for week 2. If you want to see more, my entire rankings, the link is in the description. And if you want to see the top 24 running backs you need to know about, well then check out this beautiful video right here. And be sure to smack around your competition in week 2 with this information.
This information.
Dude, I saw some other videos and I swore I thought it was like a parody. But seriously, the guy does some in-depth analysis. Yes.
Where did you find this guy?
Just kind of looking around, you know? Just
Sniffing
looking around, looking for information, and I ran into Sal Vitri. He does sports betting too, and he gets even more Goomba in that. it really was funny when I ran into him because I thought of like Joe Pesci and a couple of different guys there from those movies.
I was expecting like a fatter, older guy when you were describing him.
No, what's funny is that if you listen to his videos, he actually talks like those guys, but he's a young guy.
Right, like if you close your eyes, you're picturing like a fat, greasy.
Yes.
What's the guy that's cooking always in Godfather in the jail? No, that I'm thinking Goodfellas. He died recently. This guy, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was what's his name?
Paul Sorvino.
There you go. No, isn't that this guy's name?
This
guy's
Sal.
Sal
Vitri.
Same shit, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Anyways, thought that was interesting.
Let's do some baseball, dude.
Oh no.
Little baseball. You went to a baseball game last night.
I did for like 4 minutes.
Hey, they won, dude. That is a rare occurrence.
And I didn't see not one bit of it.
You missed the 3-run homer?
Yes. I didn't see any scoring.
That sums up my high school dating.
But I think
career.
I was out by like 7 o'clock.
And the game started at 6:40.
Yeah.
Well, they won. Mike Trout went on a tear earlier this week. Hit a home run in 7 consecutive games, which was one short of an MLB record. Dude, that's shocking that the Angels have that guy who's like Mickey Mantle, basically, without being a boozer. And they have Shohei Ohtani, who's like Babe Ruth, and they still suck. That's so shocking.
Who has Babe Ruth now? The Japanese guy?
Yeah.
Where's he
Shohei
playing?
Ohtani. Same team as Mike
Angels.
Trout. Yeah, Angels. He has like 30-plus homers, 10-plus wins. The MVP race is basically either him or Judge, who I think – can you look it up? Did he hit any home runs tonight maybe? I know he had 57 already, and he's chasing Roger Maris's 61. He's also – I think he's leading in RBIs, and he's like 10 points off the batting title. So he has a shot at winning a Triple Crown.
What's a single season home run? 70.
I thought it was 73, Mark McGwire. I'm sorry, Bonds.
Bonds.
Yeah, Barry Bonds. McGwire had it at 70, I think, or something like that.
That summer that
73.
That was Sosa and McGuire chasing it. They broke it, and then Bonds broke it after that, right?
Yes. Then Bonds did all the steroids available, and then he broke it. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy because those are both historic seasons. I still think nobody's ever gonna do probably what Shohei Ohtani's doing. Nobody's ever gonna be pitching like that and hitting like that in the same season.
But didn't they say that about Babe Ruth?
But he did
and
it.
Then this guy did it.
Well, Babe Ruth did it early on, and then he just this guy may also abandon. Who knows? He may abandon pitching at some point, or he may abandon. I would say it's more likely to abandon pitching if he were to abandon one of them. But yeah, dude, that's over 100 years ago, probably, right?
Right.
Judges have 57 home runs.
How come that story isn't bigger than what it is?
Because he's Asian and because he plays in the West Coast, I think has something to do with it. Mike Trout isn't such a big, yes, in baseball he is, but I said it before, LeBron James, Tom Brady, nobody ever says, and Mike Trout. But that's what it is, what it should be if you're talking about individual players. The lack of championships hurts him and them.
So what are the stats of Trout?
Like career numbers?
Well, no, like for a season. What is usually a season for him? What's his average?
Can you look it up, Tank?
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
On baseballreference.com, they'll give you what an average 162 game season would be for the guy based on his performance.
So is he like a 300 hitter, 50 home runs?
So in 2015 and 2016, he played 159 games. You want the stats from that year?
Okay,
From those 2 years?
sure.
In 2015, 159 games, 575 at bats, 104 runs, 172 hits, 90 RBIs. I don't know what BBs are.
Oh, those are walks. Just give us the homers,
Base on balls.
RBIs.
Who we
Okay.
talking about?
Mike Trout.
RBI is 90, hits 172, and 41 home runs.
Dude, if we ain't talking Ohtani,
.299 average.
get out of here.
We just were, dude. Yeah, that guy's
Okay.
historic. What's the batting average on Trout?
.299 in 2015.
So yeah, he hits like 300, 30 plus homers, 100 RBIs. He doesn't steal no more bases like he used to. But like he consistently does that. Like, what's his career batting average?
303.
That's amazing, dude.
He's still a great player.
Yeah. It's just I was just saying it's shocking that they have like that guy who's like Mickey Mantle and they have Ohtani who's like Babe Ruth and the team still sucks, dude.
Yeah, well, Ohtani is Babe Ruth, but in his primes of pitching and hitting at the same time. Like, think about that. Because Babe Ruth, when he was a pitcher for the Red Sox, he wasn't really known for his hitting. That didn't come like later in his career where he started to like drop bombs. Ohtani, what he
he wasn't really doing it at the same time, right?
Dude, this guy is doing this at the same time. Like, I don't think people realize like the freak of nature that he really is in that game. And like we will probably never see anyone like that again. Like,
for sure.
It reminds you of that kid in Little League Baseball that did that. Like, every team has that pitcher, like the kid that could play every position, but like no matter what, if he was pitching, you knew you guys were going to win games, and then he was going to drop bombs or get base hits no matter what.
It'd be cool if now seeing him do it at that level, that maybe they would start not making those guys make a choice, because somewhere along the way they get those pitchers that are hitters or hitters that are pitchers, and they make them say, hey, you got to focus on one. But maybe they'll now say, yeah, dude, maybe you could be the next Shohei Ohtani. Maybe we don't need to make you stop hitting. We don't need to make you stop pitching. You could do it. Athletes could do a lot of shit, dude, if you fucking let them, dude. Look at fucking Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, this guy from Kansas City who was a safety. He had to kick field goal, kicked an extra point, and he did some kickoffs. You could probably get more out of some guys that it's so specialized now that they don't really give them a chance. But there's probably guys out there there's probably guys playing in MLB right now, maybe not to the success of Ohtani, but that could probably, hit on their days off. There's some pitchers that could fucking hit, dude, at certain points.
Sure. I think just what happens is once you hit a certain age and like you're good at something, everyone just starts to tell you, yo, you focus on this, and that especially in baseball. Like, if you're a pitcher, like I remember I played a high school baseball at Nova High. We won 2 state championships and a national championship. I played with kids that played in the MLB, went on to go play in the MLB. And it's one of those things, like I remember like certain pitchers, like that's what they did is they just pitched, Coach McQuaid, shout out to Coach McQuaid. But I remember this. So it was an athlete. His name is Dorian Graham. You can look him up. He actually played in the NFL. His freshman year, he went to Nova, and he played for Nova football, but they weren't utilizing him correctly. So his sophomore year, he went over to St. Thomas and went to St. Thomas, plays for Syracuse, and then goes to play for the Ravens in the NFL. But Dorian Graham was a freshman at Nova, and his speed was crazy fast. So McQuaid put him on the baseball team, and he was our pinch runner. So anytime that and you could never stop him. He would steal the bases 100%. And once you get to a certain level, like that's when coaches and people realize they when you have like a talent, they're going to exploit it and tell you like, just focus on this. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I saw my brother-in-law's brother, Paul's son, plays baseball like on a traveling. He must be 14 or 13 or something like that, and like he only pitched, and then he didn't even have to go to the other games, which I found, damn, that's so specialized at that age that like they don't even have him pinch hit maybe the next game or like nothing. He doesn't even know how to hit. Like he couldn't even. I found it weird. I'm not a fan of the universal DH.
Guys, I got Disney on Ice in the morning.
Oh my gosh, that's a terrible excuse, man.
Gay.
Well, you can pregame that. You can be up all night, pregame that, and go. You'll be all right.
Yeah,
like, what are you gonna be doing? You're gonna be sleeping during that shit anyway.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Bum.
Get your tickets for the Little Mermaid, bro?
It's at the
Thank
UM
you,
Stadium.
I mean, I have kids too, so I know how that is. Man.
No, I have kids.
Thanks,
I
bro.
know. I get it. I just bust some balls.
The Bum will be there too. His kids are not of that age, but he's still.
Yeah,
No,
if you invite me.
I might see the Little Mermaid.
the bub can't get enough of just Disney on Ice. He goes up like every time it's around, he's there.
I'm there, man. Season tickets.
You guys think Disney held open tryouts for that? Open tryouts. It's not football. Open auditions for the Little Mermaid, and then just picked whoever they thought the best was, or they made a concerted effort to push a narrative.
That sounds like a setup question. I'm out of here.
I think
Later, guys.
that's a good
All
answer,
right,
Tank. Cheers, dude.
Peace.
That's a good time to leave, Tank. I don't know if I want to answer this.
Yeah.
I don't know. They kind of made it like if you don't like it, you're racist, dude. Like either you like it or you're racist. There's no in between. I don't care. I'm happy for the girl. I also feel bad for her that she's catching so much. She's kind of caught in like this shitstorm of people. It kind of sucks for her, which it's a big deal for her.
I mean, if she was the best actress for the job when they went through their, I guess trials and tribulations.
I just think they know exactly what they're doing all the time.
We can only hope that it was based on the best actress, singer, dancer, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna just say.
That's all I'm gonna say too.
Thank you, Bum.
Yeah,
that's all. I feel like they went ahead and had their interviews and had different, people try out, and they went with the best one, and that's what I'm going to go.
I'm sure she's going to do a fine job. Finishing up with baseball, I know Pujols is on a tear. I don't know if he hit a home run.
Jesus.
Is he going to get there? Is he going to hit what? He's on track for what?
I think he's at
like 700. Is it 700?
Yeah, he's like at 696 or something like that.
Wow.
Let me see if he did anything tonight. Yeah, he had a slow start to the season, and then he kind of went on a tear, and he passed A-Rod, I think.
Oh,
which is nice.
So 90, you mentioned you're working with Big O.
Yeah.
Where can we find the Big O? I lost the Big O.
On YouTube, man.
Only?
He's on Spotify. Like he's pretty much like a podcast. So he goes live every day, from pretty much 10 to 2 or 10 to 1, 1:30 on YouTube. And then, of course, if you can't catch it live, it's put on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. Tomorrow we got a pre and post game Canes show. So 2 hours before the Canes game, he'll go on, and then after the Canes game, he goes on. He does the same thing for the Dolphins. Right now I'm producing outside of the baby coming, so I'm still adjusting to all that, which they're being great with. But I'm producing a show for someone he just brought on. His name is Mike McCoy from 8 to 9 p.m. every Tuesday night. It's called the Hurricanes Watch, and just recapping the game and getting ready for the next game next week. But Big O goes pretty much every day.
So let me ask you: did he find the whole podcasting world more lucrative than aligning with a radio station, or what was that about?
Oh,
probably freedom, right? Freedom,
freedom, but also too he understands think about this: 560 QAM and 790 at the same time during the day. they're playing the same show. They're and 560 is about to like I believe is about to like be bankrupt. So I think Big O just sees the future and like it's not about radio. Like who's listening to radio anymore? It's all about
Right.
podcasting and that type of stuff. Now, being that he goes live every day, and what I think this is cool. It's just like this. People coming in the chat, he can shout out the chat, read some of the questions and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and he does that. And keeps it more interactive, I guess you can say, with the fans. But I think Big O is just a smart dude and just realizes like, yo, sports talk radio is not what it used to be. Like, of course,
No.
there's a niche and there's like, an age bracket that would probably always listen to it until the day they die. But someone like myself, like I listened to sports talk and I was an intern and stuff like that at 560. But with podcasts, with Life on the Run, I can go back and I don't have to worry about like catching it live. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big Levitard fan. I listen to the Levitard show every single night, every day. Like when I put my kid to sleep, I go, dude, what do you want to listen to? And my wife laughs. He goes, Levitard. And I'm like, let's go, dude. Put on Levitard. So I think O just understands like where the future's headed.
Yeah.
So
Well, more of those guys are doing like dual things. They'll have their like Levitard. You find them on YouTube, but he also is on. What else is he on?
well, no, it's a podcast, so it's just like it's Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud.
Yeah, so you're getting like
iTunes.
the best of both worlds. You're live on one,
Yeah.
and then people can go back and watch you.
Yeah, so like you can still cater to both audiences, and then
Yeah.
you're also catering to your audience in the sense where like, hey, like I don't know, like I don't like, for instance, like when Levitard was on radio, right, or on ESPN, I worked a lot of the time. I couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? I unless I was off that day, I could watch him or listen to him. But now
Yeah.
I get to listen to him every single day, every night,
Yeah.
because when I get
That's
off,
the
in
great thing
car-
about the podcast, right? You
Yeah.
can just listen to them whenever you want.
Mhm.
And I love them, but I have to tell you, I grew up during the heyday of all that sports talk radio and all those old guys that were in there. So I really love that. And there were some great producers and there were great, like hanger-ons that became kind of famous because of that,
for sure. And
it was cool.
O still has that feeling, I guess you can say. But things have changed since then. Like think about
Yeah.
now, like to your heyday, like they were able to say some stuff. Now everything is so like,
Yeah.
Well, the bum saw the advent of radio, so his heyday is way back, dude.
I did the Roosevelt fireside chats in the 30s.
By the way, guys, Albert Pujols tonight smashed his 19th home run of the season. He has 698 now, so he's two
Wow.
away from 700. It was a this is a kind of special thing. It was a meaningful home run. It brought him back in the game, and they're in the playoff mix too. And there's only 3 players with 700 home runs. Who can name them real quick? Anybody know?
A-Rod is one of them.
Oh, he
Whoa.
just barely missed.
What, 700?
Yeah,
Oh,
A-Rod
700?
was just passed, I think, a couple home runs ago by Pujols.
Babe
Okay,
Ruth.
sorry.
Babe Ruth is one.
Babe Ruth is
Hank
one.
Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron broke his
Um,
record. And who broke Babe Ruth's Hank Aaron's record?
Barry Bonds.
Barry
Yeah.
Bonds. And then we have Pujols is two away from doing that. And let's see, how many games do they have left? They have
Chad,
played
did you,
145 games, so they have 17 games left. He should be able to do it.
yes.
Should.
I was going to ask you, did you ever meet Captain Curtis?
Oh yeah, I met Captain Curtis.
Where
Curtis.
is that guy now?
I don't know exactly. The last I heard, he was just kind of
He's
doing.
kind of like a bum, right?
I guess you can say he's a bum.
He was selling cars at one point.
Something like that. I don't know. I gotta ask O if he knows where Captain Curtis is.
I bet
but
you and O bond on your Ryan Tannehill hate from time to time.
Oh, Tannehill? I mean, not that we bond, but I mean, I guess you can say we bond. But O was back, and this is in Tannehill's heyday. And this
He
was
did
on this was on 560. He used to call him the man in the box, and would play Alice in Chains. Dun, dun, dun,
You probably
dun,
bombed
dun.
over that. He's a big music guy in concert.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
bro,
big,
yeah,
big concert guy.
he was at a concert last night,
Yeah.
or 2 nights ago. But no, he called Tannehill the man on the box. He could only play within a 25-yard radius.
What's his opinion
Yeah.
of Tua?
Oh, he's all for Tua. All for Tua, bro. He's I think he claimed himself the president of Tuanon.
Oh, and
So,
you're the vice president.
That's why I'm the
Oh,
vice
wow.
president, bro. You know?
All right.
No, my thing is with Tua, like, and I have a buddy that's a Bills fan, and when I have this debate with him, I'm like, I don't understand the hate that goes towards Tua because one, he's such a good dude, like for sure. If you ever come
He is a
across him,
good dude. That
he's such
goes
a good
without
dude.
saying.
And then second, like in today's day and age, and the NFL, and probably as Dolphin fans, you know, I can understand this with you guys. You got spoiled with Dan Marino, just spoiled. Well, I'm
Happy
someone.
birthday to Dan yesterday,
Yeah,
by the way. 61st
correct.
birthday.
62.
Oh, 62.
No, 61.
I think it was
61.
61.
Yeah, 61. Yeah, my dad's.
Yeah, the
from
bum
62.
realized his childhood hero is actually younger than him when I told
Alright.
him that. So
Okay.
that was weird.
Son of a bitch.
My thing is, my generation, and O talks about this all the time on his show. He goes, Chad, I can't understand or fathom how you're a Dolphin fan because since you've been alive, it's been terrible. It's been
Yeah.
terrible, and it's true. But I was born into it. My dad is a Dolphin fan. I can remember as a kid watching the Dolphins. And then once I was able to like be into them and watch them every week, my Dan Marino got blown out by the Jags 63-7.
But that
And
wasn't
si-
Dan Marino, dude. That was a shell of Dan Marino.
I'm okay, but I understand that. But what I'm saying is that's what I got. So I'm talking about
Go back and watch the tapes, dude.
I'm talking about over 2 decades of just I've watched the tapes. Dan Marino was incredible. If
Yeah.
you ask me who was the greatest quarterback of all time, I'm gonna tell you Dan Marino because I'm a Dolphin fan and I get that.
I was sitting here. Sorry, go ahead. Finish up.
No, but I'm just saying, people my age, we've been with shit football for a long time, right?
Yep.
And then guys making bad decisions. And I can honestly say this, and I said it on the O show, this coaching staff, this coach, I honestly, them going to get Tyreek, this is the most excited I have ever been for a Dolphins season. I'm the realist. Usually I'll tell you Dolphins are going to be 8-8, 7-9, 9-7, and now with this new shit, it's like what? You're either going to be
9-8,
yeah,
10-7,
10-7 or something like that, and you're going to be right in the middle of the pack. That's where we've always been.
What do you think you got to get to 11?
Yeah.
To get in?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
At least.
I think 11 solidifies you as like, yo, you won games, right?
But I'm saying to get in, 11 you think is good enough to get in?
I
Yeah.
think so because
More than I think it's enough.
yeah.
We've had the fucking bad luck of having 11 wins and not getting in before.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it was
But
16 games.
But also too, remember when we were last time we were division champs, and I have that hat.
That's a relic.
Yeah, but when they had Matt Castle, the Patriots, they went 10-6 and didn't get in, and we were 11-5 and got in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we were division champs that year.
I remember one year with like Fiedler and Jason Taylor and those guys, we had 11 wins and we fucking missed it, dude.
I don't remember ever missing it with 11 wins. I remember it missing with 10-6 twice at least.
Okay, maybe I could have swore we had an 11-1.
And one was with Flo.
No. Oh, with a 10, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Flo,
Flo,
we had 11 wins and missed. You know, I was sitting here watching that game with Tank last night, and he's, you know, like a new fan, so he doesn't have the benefit of some of the history of the Dolphins and stuff. And he asked me about, I don't know, something about Marino came up, and I was like, he was like, why didn't he win more? I was like, it probably boils down to like the defenses were not really good throughout his career. But even with
No
that,
running game.
yeah,
no running game. Bro, running game.
When you
Kareem
watch,
Abdul-Jabbar was like his best running back.
yeah, 500 carries for 900 yards. Whenever you saw a Dolphin game with Dan Marino, you always
Had a
felt
chance.
like there was a chance he might be able to do something. And I haven't had that feeling with any quarterback here since him. You know,
No,
that's
understood.
so coming from watching that guy play so long, you know, the first game I saw was him lose the Super Bowl, and it went downhill from there. But still, throughout his career, you know, then later when he was older, it was a little different. But it always felt like, man, we have a shot here. Yeah, I know they're better than us, but this guy, he could do what he did to the Patriots when he came back from the injury, or he could do what he did to the Jets when they were pretty good, you know, and throw 5 touchdowns. He could do something. I don't feel like that now. Even though the team is better and all that, like we got to do a bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean?
But you know what, Randy? Think about what you're talking about here, and this is my point that I bring up with my buddy.
Yeah, one of the greatest players in NFL history.
You're talking about guys that, you know, how often are you going to come by, right? And when I look at the game and I seen somebody like Joe Flacco and Trent Dilfer win Super Bowls, I'm like, dude, you don't
That
have to
hurts.
have that. Well,
It
I don't want to say
hurts.
it hurts. Well, it hurts.
But
For me,
Chad,
it does.
But Chad, I have to remind you, those are like historic defenses that those teams have.
Okay, not just historic.
It's the exception.
Outlier.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know
It's
what?
an anomaly.
But the offense still had to put up enough points to do that, right? And I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Joe
not as many.
Flacco's, he had great defenses, but there was a lot of high-scoring Ravens games during that run too.
Oh, he threw a nice deep ball.
So yeah, I mean,
Joe Flacco had a nice deep ball if he had time.
correct.
Sure.
But I mean, Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl, and yes, it has to do with defenses and team. What I want to say,
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
Yes. With
Yes.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes. He beat the Raiders.
Yep. And
Yep.
Rich Gannon.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Chucky Bowl.
yeah, the Chucky Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a good name for that. My thing is like I don't, and I've said this. I'm sticking to it. I don't need the next Hall of Fame quarterback. I just want a quarterback that's going to win games, make smart decisions, and we win games. I don't care if we win games by 10 points, 15 points, 3 points, or even 1 point. A win is a win because it goes in the win column, right? People are going to look at what games you won, not the margin that you won.
But would you rather have Herbert?
But isn't
No.
that
No.
isn't that going back to,
Come on.
let's say, Fiedler? That's what Fiedler was, right? He won you games and he got you in the playoffs.
And
He
you know what?
managed the game.
Hey, you know what, Bum? People argue to this day that Fiedler was the best quarterback that we've had since Marino, and everyone hated him when we had him because
Oh,
he was
I'd
winning
probably
us games.
say that. Wouldn't you say that?
I would
Isn't
agree.
Fiedler the best
Yes,
quarterback
I would
since
agree.
Marino?
100%.
Has to be.
Oh,
only
It's the last
record-wise,
playoff.
yeah.
The only other one that I would say maybe you can make an argument and people will get pissed, but Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington came here
Chad
and won
Pennington.
games.
Yeah, that's more like 1 year though.
Yeah.
Okay, but he still won games and he got us to the playoffs where Fiedler didn't get us to the playoffs.
No,
Yeah, he did.
This
Oh,
is the last
sorry.
playoff.
He had the
win
last
You're right.
win,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry.
against the Colts.
and he lost the other ones.
Yes.
He lost against the Ravens. He lost against the Raiders.
And he lost against Denver.
I forgot about that
Elway.
one.
That's right.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Totally forgot about that one.
Yes.
I
He
must
got
have-
blown out in both the Denver and the Raider game, and the Raven game was a little closer, but we lost.
Yeah, and the Raider game was more like we fucking we squeezed every drop
Yes.
of blood out of Lamar.
In the
gonna fuck
Colt
his-
game,
I'm
he
gonna
ran
fuck
like
his-
200
Not Lamar,
something
bro. Lamar
yards.
wasn't playing in that game.
Not Lamar Miller, Lamar Smith, right?
Lamar Smith or
Yeah.
Lamar Thomas. No, Lamar.
No,
Smith.
that was a receiver. I believe it
Right.
was Lamar Smith. Running back who we got from, was he a Saint?
Or Detroit.
Where did we get that guy from?
Maybe a Saint.
Yeah.
Lamar
I'm not sure.
Thomas?
No, Lamar Smith.
Lamar Smith.
Lamar Smith.
He was the running back in our last playoff win, and he had a great game.
Yes.
We were sitting in the
Like
skybox
200 something yards
against the Colts and Manning, and he just ran all over them. But then he had nothing left in the tank next week when we had to go West Coast against the Raiders and Gannon. Was it the Super Bowl run for them or no? or it was around that time.
It was 2000, so it could have been.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I believe Lamar Smith was a Saint, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I want to say this. The only other memory that I have, Marino, I'm pretty sure of it. He had that comeback win against Manning. It was like a last-minute drive against Manning in his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's one of the, those are the two memories I have of Dan Marino is that drive and then him getting blown out by the Jags. And I think
Okay.
it was in
Well,
the same year.
do you remember the game that he won to get to the Jag game?
I think so.
It was our last road playoff win against
Seahawks?
the Seattle Seahawks. Dude, and that guy got nailed and he was concussed.
Was that Arondé Gatson?
And he
Yeah,
came
that
in
was Arondé
and
Gatson with
threw a
big hands.
touchdown and beat the Seahawks. And he was definitely concussed. He would
Yeah,
not
today's-
play in today's NFL.
Yeah, today's protocols, he would not have been able to play.
That was smelling sauce. Get back out there, and he threw a touchdown,
Hey,
and then we got killed.
isn't though playoff time probably like WrestleMania or they'd let some other shit go?
Hold on, WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl of wrestling. Okay.
Yeah, and like the NFL playoffs is the road to WrestleMania, where I think in WrestleMania they get crazy, they do bigger stunts, they do more risky shit, and I think in the playoffs in the NFL they'll play hurt, they'll have bigger hits, they're less likely to throw ticky-tacky flags, they let them play a little bit.
Not in today's day and age, but
I mean, dude, do you remember our last playoff game against the Steelers? We had Matt Moore in there. I don't know if you guys remember this play. He rolled out like to the right, and he was going up. He got fucking blown up. He was fucking concussed, dude. And he went out for the next play. He was out of it, and so were we. Like that was the fucking
bro. But remember, it was Gase then, so Gase probably gave him something and had his eyes all wired, and he was ready to go after that Matt Moore.
Googly eyes.
Yeah, I have it here. Lamar Smith, and I don't remember this. He was a Seahawk in the beginning of his career, and then he was a Saint. And then we got him at age 30. He had 1,000 yards that year and 968 the following year. And 2000, that was his first year. Yeah, we were 11-5. We won the division. That's when the Colts were in our division.
Yep.
I don't know if it says our playoff.
Bro, see,
run, but
my generation or what I remember is like.
How old were you for that? How old are you?
I'll be 34 this October.
Jesus.
Young buck.
Yeah, I'm still a young buck, but I'm getting some.
Oh, you were like 12 years old.
I'm getting some traction, yeah. But like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's when I'm just starting to. When you're 12, you're still kind of like into, but that's when I'm starting to get into sports, and you know what I'm saying.
That's when I started to get into it like more heavily.
Correct. And then what I remember and what I have is Ricky Williams. Like, that's what I remember. Like, when we got Ricky, it was run, Ricky, run.
That was another guy we ran into the ground.
Bro, Juan Stash killed that guy. I'll never forget that. And what still blows my mind is Buddy, everyone knowing that he's getting the ball, still almost rushes for almost 2,000 yards and still getting touchdowns and, like, running people over.
And you remember having the defensive player of the year in Jason Taylor.
And we also had Zach Thomas.
And we had Ricky Williams who almost rushed for 2,000 yards that year.
Great corners still.
And I think that's the year we missed the playoffs with 10 wins.
Yeah, that guy between Wannstedt running him to the ground and then I can't even smoke a fucking joint when I'm fucking, he was like, fuck
bro,
this.
But you know what? Think about how far ahead of his time Ricky was in regards of just like mental health. People said he was crazy at the time, but he needed to leave the game, get himself right, and come back. And now when you think about it, like mental health is like one of the biggest things in all of professions, right? Mm-hmm. Like you got to be healthy and all that type of stuff. So like when you really think about it, like Ricky Williams, like trailblazer, to me,
definitely blazing.
Yeah, for sure. To me, of course, everyone's going to say he hurt himself and he's not going to get into the Hall of Fame, but he should be in the Hall of Fame in my eyes. He's one of those guys. Like, if he didn't take that time off, he would definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he has the numbers for it.
Because he took that time off, Ricky.
who was the back when he came back to us?
Ricky and
Brown.
Ronnie and Ronnie and
Ricky and Ronnie, bro.
Ronnie and
Yeah.
Ronnie and
Dude.
Ricky.
Hold
Yes.
on. My favorite thing about playing Madden at that time, I would use Ricky as my fullback and Ronnie as my tailback in Madden. So I had both of them on the field at the same time. I'd be running eyes, off eye formations, and just like little dunks and dinks because we had Chad Henne and Pennington then.
Yeah, that's why we
That's
ran the
it.
wild crap because
Correct.
they would put them in there together sometimes. Ricky Williams had 10,000 yards rushing for his career,
That's not bad.
which is pretty good considering the amount of time he missed. And
Yes.
then he was never really. I mean, he had the 1 year after he came back that he had 1,000 yards, but other than that, he was kind of a part-time player after his retirement, early retirement. He was only 26, dude, when he did that. But up until then, he was rushing for, 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards, 1,800 yards, 1,300 yards. How many touchdowns? I would guess he's like 60. Let's see. Yep, 66 touchdowns. But those are the glory days. Damn, it's sad when those are the glory days.
Yeah.
Those are my glory days,
It's fucking sad, dude.
I mean, but you know what? Like I said earlier, for me, this coaching staff, the balls that they had to go get Tyreek Hill, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you
I'm
concerned at all that that's going to handicap us with signing other people down the road? I guess they would just cut him if they have to.
correct. You're in the NFL, but no, because I think that's going to entice people to want to come play here. You might get guys now that might, like, you know what? I can get paid more somewhere else, but I might take a little cut to go play over there because I feel like people feel like something's happening here, especially with this coach. Of course, his resume as he coaches more football games, and if he wins or loses, is gonna be what dictates his future in this league. But it feels like he might be that next best, that next big coach that we've been trying to land for how long now? The Adam Gases, the flows. Like we've been trying to find that
But
next
you know
big
what?
guy.
That's the other side of the coin, right? We've actually landed the most coveted coaches. Think about it. We got Jimmy Johnson and we got Nick Saban, and it still didn't fucking work.
Well, but
And then we went the other way. We went the way of
Yes.
like, let's find the hot
Assistant.
but
NFT. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's find the guy before it blows up. And
okay,
then that's also not
but
working.
the big problem then compared to
Some
now,
of it's bad luck.
yeah, but a little bad luck. But I think
Yes.
the biggest problem between then and now is, think about this. I can't recall how many times we hired a head coach, fired the GM, got a new GM, got a head coach. They're all given 1 year. It seems that these guys are on the same page and they're looking at the game the same way. Because think about this. Jimmy tried to trade Marino. We all know it. And if
Mhm.
Jimmy got to trade Marino and did what he did with Dallas and get the picks, could things been different? Because think about it. He's the
Yeah.
one that got Zach Thomas. He's the one that got Jason Taylor. Like he put that defense together with what little, I guess, room that he had in the kitchen to cook. And I think upper management has been the big problem stepping in. Like, nope, Marino's our guy. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I mean,
Yeah, that team could have used a little less. We could have afforded to give up a little defense and get a little more shit on O,
Yeah.
to balance it out a little bit more.
and I'll say this. I think that a GM that didn't get a fair shot with us was Dennis Hickey. Because all of a sudden, Tannenbaum comes available. They fired Dennis Hickey. Tannenbaum becomes our GM.
Tannenbaum is the worst.
And he killed our team. But Dennis Hickey, if you look at
Spielman
it,
had some bad moments too.
Hickey drafted Jarvis Landry.
and if he actually drafted for the areas of need that we had at that time. And I also think he's the guy that went and got Brent Grimes. He's one of my favorite corners that we've ever had.
Yeah,
Well, we had him, dude.
he may have drafted the safety Rashad Jones too.
Bro, I had to get this
Who's the
custom
other
made.
corner that played opposite of him? I liked him a lot too.
Of Grimes?
He was a Falcon also, I think. I don't remember. There was another pretty decent corner that played with him.
Let me see. If I can
What's
find
Jarvis
it.
Landry up to? Did he do anything?
Yes, he did very well for the Saints. Had like 115 yards or so.
Okay. I still like that guy. I know some people are down on him lately,
I
but
always liked that guy.
if it was reasonable, I'd want that guy. I mean, he's 30 years old already. Yeah, he had 114 yards and 7 catches for the Saints. Wrapping up the baseball, I wanted to just there's doing a couple of I know you went to the game and you were comatose last night at the baseball game, but they're trying to do some things next year to speed things up and get more action. So they're going to introduce a pitch clock, which they used, I think, in minor league ball this year, and it cut down the time tremendously. They're going to limit the shifts. Are you into baseball? Oh, he's gone. They're going to limit the shifts, when they move all the guys to one side, which I always thought, dude, all they have to do is lay down a couple bunts and make them adjust. Like in football, whenever you start, you fucking load up the box. We're gonna hit you deep, or we're gonna hit you on a quick slant. Like the NFL's all about adjustments. It seems like baseball's so damn stubborn. They never really like adjusted. They refuse to like put down a bunt. So the league is gonna step in and limit the shifts. They're gonna increase the size of the bases, which I'm not like 100% sure.
How's that good?
Tank mentioned that he thought that would help with injuries on the bags. I don't know. I guess we
Why
could
is
look
there a
into
lot
it.
of injuries on the bags?
Well, sliding into the bases, and stuff. Yeah. The average time for a 9-inning game this year is 3 hours and 4 minutes, and minor league games, which have a pitch clock, typically lasted less than 2.5 hours. So,
But baseball was always long, right?
I mean, it's shorter than a football game, bro.
Okay, but it's not like over the years it's gotten longer, right?
Yeah, it started to get longer because
It did get longer
Yeah, because as we got into the modern era,
of specialization.
well, a lot of changes, a lot of pitching changes. A guy would take a pitch, he would step out, adjust his gloves, grab his balls, take a couple practice swings, get back in, another pitch, step outside, spit. They got into that. The pitcher would walk around the mound, like they were just started wasting a lot of time, There's very few pitchers who get it and are pitching, it's like everybody was wasting time. So all that stuff started to prolong the game. We had a new Monday Night Football booth this last week.
The best in 15 years, maybe 20. What do you think?
I that booth that I sent a picture of to you guys in the chat, I thought was the last best one, which was, I think it was Jaws. Jaws is already really old now, but at that point he wasn't. He was great dissecting plays and knowing what was going to happen and why a play happened. And then you had Tirico, who's really good, I think, still to this day. And then you had Chucky. I thought that booth was one of their better incarnations. We're talking Monday Night Football booths. We got a new booth last week. Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean,
what's your first Monday Night Football? For you, it must suck, the Monday Night booths, because you saw in your football watching since 2000, there's been like kind of a bunch of different incarnations of it.
no,
I
for
grew up
sure.
with, and you grew up with a different one, Bum, but I grew up with Deerdorf, Michaels, and Gifford.
Gifford.
That was my pretty much from when I started watching football till for another 10 years.
See, like Michaels to me is Sunday night.
Michaels is great, dude.
Oh, he's incredible.
At one time, it was Michaels and Madden in Monday night.
That was short-lived, though, right?
Yeah, like 3 years.
And Madden was already kind of on the older.
Well, then they went together to Sunday night.
That was after Madden Summerall.
Yes.
which was not a Monday Night Football booth, but it was like the prime
I
Sunday.
hate Chris Collinsworth.
I don't hate him.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I don't love him. He's just kind of like.
Well, maybe hate's a strong word, but I dislike him immensely.
His son talks exactly like him, dude. It's the same fucking voice. It's the same.
I just remember all the horrific Monday night combinations. So Chris is better than all those incarnations. So I could deal with it. That's how I compare it. You know, we were talking the Dennis Miller, the comedian, Tony Kornheiser. I mean, those guys had nothing, no right to be in a booth talking football.
Sean McDonough.
I mean,
Sean McDonough.
I know it's not Monday night, but I'm a huge Tony Romo fan.
I love him. Romo's good.
But I was talking about this with my buddy. How long is it until, like, for instance, like Aikman, like he's fresh out, so he can still kind of like read the plays and see where today's NFL is. But how many years until he's like out of touch with that, until it becomes a little more watered down, you know? And, like, that's a good point, because like one of my favorite things about Romo is like, oh, like right now I would do like he like calls the play out exactly, and then it happens. You're like, holy shit. You know, but then again, how far removed is he from the game so he can still see it? You know.
Well, then we'll get Brady. We'll have Brady at that point.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be your favorite commentator of all time.
I may not watch whatever.
He has no business in the fucking booth, dude.
And then that's when he's gonna let his secrets about Deflategate out. See, like you can see the ball right there. It's not fully inflated. Look at that.
What you got to do here is you got to take out a couple PSI right here on this play, and the
know
way
what,
you do
man?
it is
it kind of backtracking, you know, to what we were talking about. Belichick. Say what you want. Belichick, since he has not had Brady, has not looked the same.
No.
And a little of that shine is coming off Belichick, but Brady was still able to go and do what he does somewhere else. You know, a big debate when you talk about greatest coaches of all time. A lot of people could put Belichick there because how many he won, but that was all with Tom Brady. I'll argue Joe Gibbs, 3 Super Bowls, 3 different quarterbacks.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Over some time. Well, all kind of in a decade, right? Kind of.
Yeah. And my thing with Bill, not that he needs to win another one, but I want to see him make a run with a different quarterback for me to confirm, like, hey, okay, you belong there. Because think about Shula. He had Johnny Unitas in the Colts. Of course, he lost.
Yep.
Then he went and won one with Greasy and, you know, Morrill. And then he went back again with Marino.
Yes.
So, like, granted, he didn't win all 3.
He went to one before that with Woodstock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So being able to do it with different quarterbacks, I think, you know, is a big statement in regards of coaching. You know,
I agree.
Coaching is a big part of it. And my thing last year was
he's got Dolphins, 6 in his back pocket, though.
Correct. My thing is, though, and I said this last year, coaching is the biggest problem to me with the Dolphins. Like, you're going to tell me the talent that we have on our team that we can't kind of make some noise? And I think that's what you're starting to see here. Of course, they made some bigger moves to help and confirm that. But, bro, we've drafted 4 or 5 first-round offensive linemen. You're telling me all of them are that bad? Not one of them's good?
You get me fired up, putting my hat on.
What does that come down to? Is coaching, I think. And I think, you know, we're going to see the coaching prosper this year for the Dolphins. You know?
Would you say, if you could ask Bill Belichick, hey, would you rather have Jimmy Garoppolo right now or Mac Jones? What do you think he would say?
Jimmy.
That's the one that got away.
Oh, yeah, Bum's changed it too. He's we all have to do it. I love it's all the old logo too.
Yeah,
got the old logo going.
I like the old logo. I got some new logo shit, but I really prefer the old logo.
I mean, you guys have the real old logo. I got that Ricky logo.
I got some of those too.
So, I think he would say he would probably want Jimmy G, especially now in this point of his career, that experience. And
if Trey Lance would have had a better game, you think they would have traded him to the Cowboys? Maybe.
No. I think they have to live or die on that. And I think they're going to. I think they're going to try to live because think about it. Like they
But while
took
keeping
Trey
him there in
Lance
case
over
they need
Justin Fields. Justin Fields was the next pick after Trey Lance, and Justin Fields has shown way more than Trey Lance has. You know.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh.
I mean, he's played a lot more though, right? Fields, he's got more of a chance.
Yeah.
This was kind of a weird, sloppy water game, but all of a sudden, Jimmy Garoppolo goes from like nobody wants him to like, oh shit, he's a hot commodity right now. You know, oh thank God we still have him. Oh, maybe the Cowboys want him. Maybe something's gonna happen with that guy. He wins, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now let me
Great
ask you this: do you think his skill set is any better than Tua's skill set?
I thought it'd be great to get Garoppolo until Mike Tannenbaum said it. As soon as that guy said it, I was like, maybe it's not a good idea.
Okay, but in regards to their skill set, it's not much different, I think. And if
he
you
seems
win
a little
games,
more. I know this is an old school word. He seems a little more prototypical quarterback.
no, he's not that big at all.
He's a little bit taller and a little bit heavier, probably.
Oh, dude. Okay, Tua's put on some weight. I don't know.
What's Tua like 6'1", 6"? Let's look it up. Let's go to the numbers. Inside the numbers.
Garoppolo is 6'2".
6'2" what? Does it say how weight? Dude, I start to type in Tua and Google gives me Tua turned the ball over.
Bro, Tua is 6'1", and he's 216 pounds.
Jimmy's 6'2", 225.
All right, so he's got a couple cheeseburgers on him in an inch. I don't know.
Not much of a difference, man. I'm telling you. Even
I think
with
they're giving
skill set.
Tua a couple inches, dude.
Okay, but
Have you stood around him? Have you been around him?
Yes, I've stood around him, but not next to him. So I can't.
You're pretty tall though, too, right? You're like
I'm 6 foot, so he's about my size, maybe a little taller than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, except he's bigger. You know, I'm not 216 pounds.
Well, I can say I'm bigger than Tua, but not as
yeah, in other areas, but we
in a
won't go
different
there.
shape. Yeah, a different shape. But yeah, I think Belichick would have liked to have kept that guy. That was like a cock off they had where like he kind of made him.
Yeah, but when they
I have to
traded
say
Jimmy,
he's losing it. He's losing it.
you know, he's losing his shine. That's what I like to say. He's losing his
no
shine
doubt.
right now.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think he expected? He probably didn't expect Brady to leave,
dude. And this shit, and I bring this up again because, and he's arrogant to believe that he could bring a defensive coordinator in this Matt Patricia back and make him the offensive coordinator. What the fuck is that?
In defense of that, I think previous to Patricia being the full-time defensive coordinator, he had some offensive duties before that role. So maybe
supposedly none of them have called plays.
Yes, I just think that guy probably feels like he's using them like, he always likes to use position players too. He doesn't do it as much lately, but he would put fucking linebackers at running back sometimes, receivers at cornerback, and like he would do a lot of shit. He probably thinks he can do that with the coaches too, like, hey, this guy's a good coach. I could just move him around. It might be arrogance, like you're saying,
and they're horrible drafters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
much worse than the Miami Dolphins. Much worse.
He's got too much on his plate, probably. You're coaching, you're calling plays, you're drafting, you're signing.
Hold on, didn't I say that was the problem with every Belichick protege that's like Flo try to come over here and try to do all that? He was trying to be the guy, and I think that is a part of what they do over there. And when Flo
they're not prepared to do it because he doesn't let them do it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
You're right.
Yes.
And the reason that they fail, and they failed, over and over again, all his proteges, is because they're just micromanaged. They think they can do what he's done, but they don't have the experience because they never done it really.
Yep, and they try to mimic that. Think about that. That's what Flo tried to do down here.
He was trying to having the skills.
hold on, and without having the clout, you're not Bill
Well, that's-
Belichick. You're not Bill Belichick. I mean, Belichick to a certain point has clout, right? And you're gonna be like, you know what? It's Bill Belichick.
He has a
right?
resume.
Brian Flores don't have no resume when it comes to
No.
that. None at all. And that was like my whole point while I was here. I'm like, why is this guy trying to be Bill Belichick?
Yeah,
You're
nobody's
not.
walking into the locker room in awe of Brian Flores. You know
No
what I mean?
one.
But
No
anybody coming into the NFL going to New England is at least they're going to respect that guy, you know?
one. Oh, 100%. And they're going to listen to him, right? I mean,
Yeah, and
You-
Brady to some extent has that, not to some extent, to fucking maybe even more, you know? People want to play with that guy. People are in awe of that guy. People, you know,
Yeah, it's
People-
unfortunate.
and think
unfortunately.
about how many guys have gone there and like resurrected their careers with Brady and Belichick. Like Randy Moss. Like, I mean,
They've had some misses too, though, you know?
oh, 100%. 100%.
They've had their Chad Johnsons. They've had
But-
their
But you know what? You know what I think that why Chad Johnson didn't work out there? Because Brady is a lot like, in the sense, like what to it, like you need to run the route that I'm telling you to run, and you need to be in your spot. Chad Johnson was an ad libber. Like,
mhm.
think about how many times that he had to, like, the play broke down, Andy Dalton, whoever's running around, and that he's creating. And I think Chad Johnson is someone that is more expressive in his art, right? We'll say
Mhm.
it that way. Where Brady, it's like, no, you need to be here playing,
Yeah.
and you need, if you're not there, I can't play with you. And I think
Right.
that's why Chad Johnson didn't work out there, because in retrospect, he should have worked out there. You know what
I'm
I'm
with
saying?
you. Yeah, I'm with you on that because Brady is all about preparation. I'm mechanical. I take these many steps. You got to be here. I'm going to put the ball there. I don't have, I'm not going to scramble. You know,
Mhm.
this needs to go here at that moment. You need to be there. And then if not, he's frustrated with you and then you're not going to get the fucking ball anymore. And yeah, you hit it
Mhm.
on the head for
So,
sure.
and I think that's why and yes, you have a few of those guys that don't work out, but I think for the most part, like the Patriots, that was like the one place where guys that were good, something happened, and then they were under the radar, and they went back there and then revived their entire career. You're like, yo, what the hell?
That was their best spot, not drafting, but taking the risk on the guy that was written off or had some troubles here or whatever, and boom, we got, now Randy Moss, you're not Randy Moss from the Raiders. Now you're, boom, even though no Super Bowls with him, right?
Correct, but they did have that run
He
where,
fucking tore it up. Yeah.
bro, he had 50 touchdowns in one season, bro. I mean,
Was that the 18-0 year?
yeah,
Or 18-1?
yeah. They
They
didn't
got
win the
Brady.
big one. Yeah, but he had like 50 touchdowns in one season, bro. That's stupid for any receiver. I don't care who
Yeah.
you are. Like, And also, I think this year, what shows with the Patriots, which is a little different, they spent a lot of money on their defense, where usually they don't do that. Belichick finds those veteran minimum guys or drafts defense. Like, they're not great drafters on the offensive side, but they've brought in some good
Yeah, that's
defensive
true.
players in, like
Their
OJ
defensive-
Mayo.
Yeah.
Like they draft pretty well defensively, but
Yeah,
this
their
year,
defensive drafting is way better.
yeah, but their defense this year, it seems to be not that, like, bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went and bought some guys where they usually wouldn't do that with Tom Brady.
And they're
Yeah,
really bad at drafting wide receivers.
You
Jesus
stole the
Christ.
words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
With that, they're
terrible.
probably one of the worst, dude. So many fucking Aaron Dobsons and this Harry guy's not really what they thought he
Well,
would
they
be.
traded him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he at now? Is he a
I don't
Bear?
even know.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, a Bear.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of guys like that they drafted and never worked out for them. I just think I don't think that guy thought that Brady would actually leave. And I think that he got Mac Jones there kind of, after the Cam Newton year, but that had to set them back, like not really, he had Garoppolo there. He no longer had him, like he really kind of fucked him. He made them trade that guy. And then now you left. I don't even have that guy. I kind of have to start over.
Yeah.
That's got to
And
put
the team was heavily built around the fact that, Brady would take the minimum salary, be able to attract other good players. Everything was sort of built around that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know, dude. As much as I hate Belichick, I don't think he's gonna fucking retire, and even if he has a bad year this year or get fired, I think he'll be back.
That's the
He's got one more
question.
run. I think he's got one more run.
At least
I
one
hope
more
he
year.
doesn't. I just hope he doesn't beat Shula's record.
Oh, I hope he does get fired, but I just don't think it'll happen.
No, I don't think he's gonna get fired, but I think depending on how this year goes for them, because last year they kind of snuck into the playoffs and all that type of stuff. And
No, they did. Oh yeah, they got in. They lost in the first round, right?
They lost
To Tennessee.
Buffalo. Buffalo blew them out. Buffalo blew them out, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out Buffalo. Yep.
Yeah.
That had to feel good for them.
Yeah, right. I think he's losing his shine.
Is that the one where he was in the stands, Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah. He must really hate Brady, dude, if he went to that game like that.
Yo, he's that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
All right, you know. Do you believe that?
No, I don't think he is. It's Derek Carr is the motherfucker.
Okay, all right. I was just asking.
That whole shit came out with Gronk, and White. I mean, he kind of vetted it. Right? If Gronk's vetting it, it's got to be true, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. That's true.
Initially, everybody thought it was Fitzpatrick. And he probably knows that he doesn't like him, doesn't respect him, whatever, and that's why he thought it was him. But it's got to be Derek Carr. And I agree with him. Like, if I was the Raiders, I would have fucking gotten Tom Brady, dude. And Gronk, you're getting a package. You're getting both those guys. And you had Waller already. Oh, my God. That would have been like Aaron Hernandez and Gronk all over again.
Oh, my gosh. Let's not bring that guy out.
Yeah.
Resurrect him from the dead.
I don't want to say rest in peace.
No, but I think I don't think Belichick's going to retire this year, but I think next year, if they're like on this path, he might call it quit. Like he might just put, throw on bro, he's in his 70s. I don't think people realize. I think the game is starting to get past him because it's on a whole nother level now.
But I have heard that he really wants to be the all-time winningest coach.
And how far are we from that?
Well, and the fact that they've added a game, right, to the schedule doesn't bode well, right?
So we can put an asterisk on the record?
We could, yeah.
Hold on. We could. No, Dolphin fans will. Think about that. Dolphins fans will. Don't say we could. No, we will if he gets there.
Shula has 328. Hallis had 318. Belichick has 290. So he needs 38 wins. That's like 38 wins.
That's like another.
Let's divide that by 3 years. He ain't going to get 13 wins a year. So he ain't going to do it in 3 years. 38 wins in 4 years. That's 9.5. You got to kind of get 10 wins per year. So he's going to have to coach probably 4 years to do this if he's going to do it and have some success,
The record is 325?
328.
Why do I keep thinking it's 347?
Now, that may include playoff wins. This is regular season wins.
But you know what, man?
I think all-time wins is 347, and I thought that's the record that they kind of look at.
Okay.
If Kraft is there, he's going to let him be there as long as he wants.
Yeah, I think Kraft may be getting tired.
Kraft's that old man, though. He's that old man. He's like, yeah, you could just go.
Okay, Don Shula holds the record for regular season wins at 328 and combined regular season wins and postseason wins at 347. Bill Belichick is the all-time playoff winner with 31. So if we add the regular season with the playoffs, he's even closer, right? 30, 31, 380, 311. No, it's about, he's a little closer there. He's 36 away there. Either way, sounds like he needs to coach 4 more years to do it or have 3 amazing.
And he's in his 70s, man.
I don't think he has amazing years left. I think he, if he pushes on and he gets
I think that guy will be like, I'm gonna hold on until I die. I'm gonna get this fucking record, dude. Just fucking go. So,
I've heard it's very important to him.
yeah, he'll do it, dude. Even if they have to fucking wheel him out there and fucking life support, and he's like not really fucking doing anything, but they say he's the coach and like his son is coaching or something.
The story is that he was a huge Don Shula fan growing up because he lived in Baltimore. His dad, Belichick's dad, coached Annapolis, which is in Baltimore or Maryland. And at the time when the Colts got Shula, that was like the hottest coach of all time, right? Shula at that time. And he was a big Shula fan. And then
Shula tried him.
And then Shula, dissed him big time during the 100-year anniversary. Basically came out and said, listen, I respect guys that win at this game by doing it the right way, and he basically said Belichick was a cheater.
Didn't he call him Belichick?
Yes.
Shout out Don Shula.
Yes. So
all right.
That was a big thing for him.
All right, guys. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Final thoughts. I mean, it's only week 1. We got a lot of football to play.
There is.
As we all know, the first, I would say, like 4 or 5 weeks don't really tell you what the season's going to be. I think once you start to get, to week 6, 7, you start to realize the real teams and the real players in the game, so to speak. But I'm excited, man. I think this weekend the boys are going to go out and try to make something happen in Baltimore, and hopefully they come back with that W, man. That's what we need.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. How about you, Bum?
Well, I think Chad really summed it up nice there. We're hoping for a win. We're hoping to keep this train going. I will say this is the most talent that I've ever seen on the offense in a long time. I'm hoping that equates to, more success. It's got to, right? How can it? That defense looks good. This is the most balanced we've been in a long time.
Barring injury, barring hopefully we're past our scandal days, all that shit.
We're still in the middle of it in a sense, but yes.
I forgot to mention they removed the owner from a bunch of the NFL committees as a punishment.
He might be happy that he's
but you know what?
Maybe.
He might have been the problem all these years, but that's another topic of discussion
for another time.
But I'm with Bum there. We need to. I agree. This offense is probably on paper. It might even be arguably like the most talented offense we've had. If you think about just the star power coming in outside of the quarterback. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I want to see these guys make it happen, and I think they can. They should be able to go and get this win in Baltimore. We have the formula to get to Lamar. It's going to be up to the offense to make it happen. And I think the biggest thing with this offense, and even before Tua, which has probably been one of the things that we lacked with all these coaches, is with receivers, yards after catch. You need guys to make plays once they have the ball in their hands.
Tom Brady fucking lives off that, dude.
And and no reason why Tua can't live off it. And I think you should.
He's the most accurate 2-yard passer.
And you guess what? And Tyreek was getting things done with those 2 yards, right? That's what we need. Catch the ball, make something happen. Because even with someone like Tannehill, had someone like Tyreek, forget about it. So let's go get this W and fins up, baby.
All right, I'm gonna go clockwise to get off from the Bum to 90 to me. Give me one word to end the show. One word, Bum, and then one word from Chad, and I'll give you one word, and we'll end it. One word.
Go Dolphins. That's 2.
That's 2.
That's what you have.
Chad,
Waddle.
two and on.